Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your DJ. Ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, guys. My city, what's up? OCW, what's going on? How are you guys today? Tennessee Watchdog, what's going on, man? Good morning. I'm going to put up a link if you guys want to join. I need to stop those damn dogs.
Huh?
Hey,
Jay,
stop it.
Come on, guys, stop.
Yes, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm sorry. Harry, what's going on, man? Good morning. There's the link if anyone wants to join. Joe Cool, what's up, my brother? I believe Cowboys rock too. My city.
Jay,
Internet burned your data. Damn, that sucks. That sucks. That sucks. Chi-Town Mike, what's up? Genesis, morning. How are you guys?
Jay, Gizmo, come on.
Stop it. Get. Go. Damn dogs.
Annoying is what they are.
True fan. This is Ezekiel Elliott. It's not that old jersey. It's about 2 years old, maybe. I hear that, Genesis. I don't drink coffee, though, so sometimes I do. Mama Gnome, good morning. How are you guys all today? OCW used to be a Cowboys fan. Who are you a fan of now? Oh, Emmett was the shit. This is 21. Ezekiel Elliott. Blibbits, what's going on, buddy? So the link's in the chat, guys. I also have a link in the description. If you want to read the article, it's pretty good. She needs signatures to keep her rapist in jail. Sewer Dog, morning, brother. I was asked to put it in my videos so that they can get signatures. And I did, trying to help somebody out. Damn, Harry, that sucks. Yeah, actually open that door. We actually had the door open to let it air out a little bit.
Because I can't breathe. I'm officially out of breath.
Just college? That's cool. I'm a Notre Dame fan in college. The Fighting Irish, baby. Appreciate if you guys could hit the like button.
What's up, Chris?
What's going on, Rick?
How are you this morning?
I'm good, man. How about you?
It's early.
You don't have a hangover yet?
Nah, I don't drink.
Yeah, I heard you say that yesterday you'd have a hangover, but I figured, I remember you saying you didn't drink.
No, I don't drink.
Cool, cool.
So what's new? Oh, Tim's out. They put a bunch of restrictions on him. It's like a dumbass.
I saw that. That was pretty much a gag order.
Well, you know, it's his own damn fault. But then Earl put up the OK2's video where, I don't know, now, you know, Earl kind of hit it kind of right. They're wishy-washy. First they're denouncing Tim, and now they're talking about backing him up. So who the hell knows what's going on out there?
Is that what they said? They're going to back him up now?
I don't know. Look at Earl's video where he posted up the president of Oklahoma First Amendment or Second Amendment, whatever it is, and I don't know. It looks like they're going to support him. I don't know.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah,
And
but
then
those restrictions are rough.
they're what, bro?
So those restrictions are rough.
Dude, what is it that I keep saying? If y'all can't do the time, don't do the crime. I think you learned that.
Yeah, I try to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, you know, there's a right way of doing it and a wrong way of doing it. Who's that? Is that your beautiful fucking wife?
No, she's at work.
Did you ever get her that barbecue plate?
Actually, we did get a barbecue plate that night.
$8 fucking. Well, that's not too bad.
$16.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
$16. You can go to Walmart and go get you a brisket and smoke it your fucking self.
You're right.
So yeah, and then of course, what's his fucking name? Liberty Freak.
Did he put out a video this morning?
Did you see the judge orders on Liberty Freak?
Yeah, I heard about it yesterday. Yep. And that was, what was his original charge?
Oh, I don't remember, but he's got to do a mental health evaluation, or he's got to see mental health help, and he's got to get a job, and he's got to get a place to live.
So he can't live in his van no more, huh?
Yeah. He's got to grow up now.
Wow. Good morning, Clash. Surprised you're up.
Who else is coming on?
I don't know. A Balance was here. He said he'd be right back.
Oh yeah, good.
Good morning, Ed.
Yeah, we're all concerned about Gary Snowflake. I was just blowing it off, but then he made a comment that's got us all kind of concerned. So if anybody knows who Gary Snowflake is and he's got his number, give it to Chip or Ed.
What happened to him? I watched his video this morning with that phone call.
Yeah, did you hear what he said? I didn't get to hear it. I don't know why I didn't get the notification. Something about when he's gone, his videos will live on, which is what I've said. But, he could be saying the same shit I said just to say it. But I don't know.
So maybe he's sick, huh?
Maybe. Don't let that idiot Joe Cool in here. Fuck him. Nah, that's my buddy.
He's funny as shit, man.
Yeah, he sure is. That motherfucker, you know, I like to say I'm real, or I tell it like it is, but I think Joe Cool probably tells it a little bit better.
He does. He definitely does. Yeah, he's definitely knows what's up.
Yeah, too bad I'm not doing law enforcement or security, because he'd be the black brother I want to tase and mace. I should say that.
I'd like to be tased one time, just to see how it feels.
Well, you have to be tased, bro. In order to carry a taser, you have to be tased. You have to know what the hell the effects of them are. Let me tell you, dude, I'm not ashamed to say it, but I pissed all over my fucking pants, and we were warned that it could happen. So luckily I had an extra pair of fucking shorts. But yeah, and then you got to be maced too, just like you know, to know what the effects are, because how the hell are you going to use something if you don't know what the hell it's going to do?
Right. I'd rather be tased than maced. Fuck that.
No, yeah, well, I've seen people take mace and have no fucking effect on them. And those were those goddamn pepper picking fucking Mexicans like Ed Ramirez.
Metalhead, what's up, man?
I tried to mace fucking Ed Ramirez one time. He says, "Look here, you fucking amateur," and he took the fucking can of mace, sprayed it on the goddamn fucking food he was eating, and ate it.
Jesus.
Hey, there's Nathan.
Yep, Nevin's here. I like hot sauce, but I ain't gonna eat that shit.
Nah, dude, I can't. My fucking man, I'm so fucked up, dude. All the surgeries I had and the knees, what's hurting the worst now. I had surgery on the knee. I had a bad meniscus tear, and they found something else. I forget what it's called, but right above the knee, there's a nerve that runs right on the side. It's not the meniscus. It's some kind of thigh muscle, but they had said that the thigh muscle was weakening, which is a symptom of some other kind of disease that's going on. So every now and then I walk. That's why I don't drive anymore, because one time I was at a stoplight with my grandson. It was Mini Justice, and the fucking leg just started spasming him out. And luckily I hit the fucking brake was a left, because I would have slammed into the guy in the front. So yeah, I said fuck that. I ain't taking no more chances.
Yeah, that's some scary shit, man.
So getting back to the hot sauce shit. Back in the day, man, fuck, I used to eat hot sauce with everything. Fucking Louisiana Tabasco sauce on my fucking pork rinds, and eggs in the morning, and fucking potatoes, and I'd eat all kinds of fucking peppers and shit. And fuck, now I have what's called peptic ulcers. Shit, I can't even eat that shit no more.
Yeah, I get heartburn a lot, but I take some meds for it so I can counteract it.
Oh, what the hell did they put me on for that shit? Oh god damn, I forgot the name of the medication, man.
I forget what I'm on to. It's a well-known Prilosec.
Yeah, Prilosec. Yeah, Prilosec.
Yeah, that's what I take. If I eat, even tomato sauce nowadays will give me freaking heartburn.
Well, where's Balance at? I thought the fucker was coming in here.
He said he'd be right back. I don't know. He's got to go make sure he tapes this.
Oh God.
His show was good last night.
What did he do last night? I forget. Oh, was it about? I know it was about OKC.
Mouse. We had Eric Brennan there for a little bit.
Eric's starting to come into a lot of these live streams now. Hold on, let me turn that. I was watching season 5 of True Blood.
True Blood. Oh, yeah, right. Nevin. He is on Canadian time, huh? I always forget that. Who's now South Florida? What's up?
Man, I tell you what, that motherfucker's probably eating fucking Tim Hortons right now.
Who, A-Balance you talking about?
Yeah.
Brian Johnson says you need collagen peptides powder. Whatever that's for.
Yeah, what the hell's that for, Brian?
Yeah.
Oh, sunflower. I told that crazy fucking white girl I was going to DDT her ass, and then I was going to give her a big fucking hickey on her forehead.
Yeah, I was watching you guys comment back and forth last night. It was pretty funny. There's the link if anyone else wants to jump in.
Yeah, come on in. Let's make it fun. Let's not do too much drama bullshit. Well, we were supposed to, but everybody was scared, except you, Chris, because we were asking to get out. I don't know why fucking Balance just doesn't do it himself.
I don't know why you don't start doing it. It's easy, man. Just go to StreamYard and follow what they say.
I tried, but you actually, the host, which is you, has to be on a like a laptop or
Computer.
a PC. Yeah, I can't do it on the fucking phone. I don't have a laptop. I used to. I think I gave it to one of the kids, and I have a tablet, but I don't think you can do it on the tablet.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've never tried yet. But yeah, this is definitely picking up places. People are doing it all over the place.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty fucking fun. I was on Gen T's StreamYard, and of course, that dude was all them little idiots. He won't let me on his.
There's A-Balance. What's up, A-Balance? Can't hear you.
Hey, Chris, you gonna let Joe talk to you like that? Look at that shit. He's trying to call you out.
Yeah, I don't care what people say.
He says you ain't a real DJ.
He says I'm playing DJ.
There he is.
A-Balance, for some reason, your mic's not working.
He was playing DJ before, weren't you, Hefe? You were, you were playing music and shit.
Yep.
I think you got that copyright strike because, I don't know, for some reason fucking YouTube doesn't let you play music or some shit. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, it sucks. Every video I have done with music's got copyrighted.
Yeah.
No big deal, though. It's nothing big. Brian says that stuff that he told you fixes your bones, muscles, tendons, eyes.
Howdy, partner.
Oh, wow.
What's up, A-Balance?
Not much. I just got up, so I had to go grab some coffee. I apologize.
No, you're good. It's
I told you that motherfucker went to Tim Hortons.
McDonald's this morning. Fuck, Tim Hortons coffee's too hot. Too hot for my mouth.
Really?
Oh, fuck, they heat it up like you wouldn't believe. So what's going on? So Liberty Freak's new charges, Rick, I heard you talking about that. What the hell is going on with him? He has 2 days in jail and $300 fine. But the list of things that judge stipulated, I don't think that he agreed to. It's just ended up as a recommendation.
Yeah, I think he said something. He's gonna fight it, or they're gonna. Oh shit! What's it called? Balance.
Appeal?
Yeah, appeal. Thank you. Which I mean, and I think they want it more, but he does need some kind of mental help because he's just, I don't know, he's not all there. He does need a place to live. He's getting too goddamn old to be living in that van.
Now, does his wife live in there with him?
That's a good question.
I didn't know he was married.
Yeah, he's married. Abaday's married. He's got a wife. He's got kids and shit. But I think now I could just be speculating or talking shit. But I think the wife and kids are back in Florida. Something's going on there.
Well, who's the gal with the glasses that hangs around Janet quite often? You'll see the two gals out with the boys. I thought that was Liberty's wife. Yeah, it is his wife.
I thought so too, and I'm thinking that's who it is because like on Tim Harper's video when he got arrested at that festival, that was his girlfriend, but she kept denying. Oh no, I'm not seeing anybody. Motherfucker was holding hands and kissing. That's his old lady. So yeah, I'm thinking that I thought that was Abaday's wife or girlfriend, but I'm thinking. Now, this is just shit hitting on the fucking wall. I'm thinking that Eric and Janet's got something going.
Oh, come on.
I didn't know Eric swung that way.
Yeah, I didn't know Eric was straight.
I mean, as far as I know, he isn't.
Eric, no, I don't think him and Janet, they're just very good friends, I believe. I mean, Eric, they kind of rely on each other you would think to an extent because of, Janet's kitchen. That's got to be the anchor to their activism right there. It's important, like as important as it is, if they didn't have that little Janet Matson thing that they do at the 16th Street Mall every Sunday, well, what would they virtue signal?
Mm-hmm. Or it could be that Eric and Liberty's got something going on. For sure, it's Eric and fucking Monkey.
You're starting horrific rumors. I don't think so.
Who knows?
Other than everybody's in love with Eric, and Eric has all this, supposed charisma and things. But that only goes so far. Eric has to evolve a little bit into because he does have a big audience here on YouTube, and people love to watch him, but only because of what got him there. But he's got to kind of evolve and find something new. I think,
yeah, I agree. Because
not something new.
Well, he's got to. What's it called, bro? He's a forefront. Everybody looks up to him. He has to. You're right. He has to evolve into something better than what he's doing now, because everybody looks up to him. He's not a dumb guy. He's a very likable guy, but he's got to be the leader that everybody says he is, and he has to take the bull by the horns.
Yeah, especially with the new terms of service. I don't know if he's going to be able to do what he does now.
I don't think any of us, man. That's a sad part. I don't think any of us will be here after the new fucking terms of service comes in. A lot of us are going to lose our channels.
Well, as long as you're not monetized, you'll keep your channel. But if you're monetized and they don't like your content, they'll get rid of you.
Yeah, but there's nothing
Chris,
new with that.
I've never seen you e-beg. I think you did ask for donations. I think it was for the homeless, which I thought it was bullshit. I'm going to tell you straight up. You were offering them food, and they looked at it like a fucking sandwich. Well, then motherfucker don't eat. And I told you that. I'm like, well, fuck, if they're not appreciated. I worked with the homeless, okay? I know all that. I can tell you fucking stories like a motherfucker about the homeless. We dealt with it. I was assistant director under neighborhood centers here in Houston. We had a center where we try to keep all the migrant workers and all the homeless off the street because it was causing a big fucking problem. And I can tell you, it's a lot of issues. Even here where I live in East downtown Houston, we have a lot of issues with the homeless that you can't have nothing. These motherfuckers will come up to your yard. They'll steal shit off your fucking yard, off your porch, or they'll take a shit or use a bathroom. There's a couple of crack houses left. I call them crack, where they were abandoned houses. The owners died and they just left it there. These motherfuckers are living there, just creating all kinds of fucking problems. So, you know, it's an issue. People say, "Oh no, they're homeless because they want to be homeless," unless they have mental health issues and they're living on the streets. That's the one that you need to get help for. The rest, fuck them.
Right. Yeah. A lot of them didn't appreciate what I was doing at all. They were like, "You're right." They were like, "Oh, just."
I saw that, and I think I told you. I may have told you in the wrong way, or maybe I didn't get it right. But you know, because you know what an idiot I am. But I saw, and that kind of pissed me off because I'm thinking, here's this guy, all right, out there with his own money, worried about some motherfucker that's not going to eat. He goes and spends his own money to feed these motherfuckers, and they were unappreciated. Fuck that.
Right. But there was a lot of people that did appreciate it. There's just some of them were like, "Oh, whatever."
Now, A Balance can testify to this. When I lived in Canada, and I lived in Port Arthur, right in Thunder Bay, and I fucked around over there in his neck of the woods, and then, you know, of course, way out in Sioux Lookout, there's hardly any homelessness in Canada. I mean, there is, but it's not as bad. But if you get on the res and some of the reserves out there, well, yeah, there's a lot of shit going on out there. But I think where I actually saw fucking homelessness in Canada, which I thought it just blew my fucking mind, was in Manitoba, dude.
Well, Canada government takes care of their people.
It's not as easy as that, guys. We still have the same problem as well. Now, mind you, we're a fraction of the population and spread out over a greater distance. But the point to this is the problems are still the same. Like, you know, when Richard brought up feeding the homeless, that video or those videos that you did, LFA, it's a great move and a great promo video. But in my mind, or in my opinion anyway, you're kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't with those videos, because on one hand, you have everybody watching it thinking that you're out there trying to virtue signal and show everybody how amazing you are. And on the other hand, those people, I will try not to refer to that, but the homeless that are on the streets in that particular area, in most areas anyway, are there because of choice. And you can see that come right back to Liberty Freak. And my question with this is regarding, okay, if you're collecting Social Security, SSI, can that judge withhold your SSI until you meet his requirements like this? Like how can you force somebody off the streets? And this is why this is one of the reasons I make my videos, because you just can't ask somebody to do it. You have to influence them and get them to actually want to change and see that maybe getting a home and getting off the streets is a good thing that they can embrace and not have to deny and try to go behind the scenes and do it because they don't want to lose face. The problem is that all these homeless people, or not all of them, a majority of them, like Liberty, are there because of choices and because of their choice to be there. Right, is my point.
And you know what? To defend Liberty, to defend Abade, I think he's happy with his lifestyle. I think he chose it, and I think he spoke on it numerous times that that's his choice. You know, for a judge to sit there and tell him that shit, well, dude, that is kind of bullshit. Donkey will tell you that.
I'll tell you this. How does it affect you that Abadi is homeless? Where does it offend you or hurt you in any way where Abadi is homeless? Because that man does not project violence onto you or anybody else. So him living under a roof or in a van or wherever the fuck he wants is his business.
Have you ever seen Liberty's fucking videos?
That, Donkey. I think I just said that he is happy living the way he lives. And, you know, for a judge to tell him all this other shit, well that's kind of bullshit.
I've seen Liberty's videos.
Yeah.
But how's a judge going to tell Abade, hey, you know what? Now you got to get a fucking job, and now you got to get a fucking place to live. I can understand the judge ordering him to get some kind of mental health evaluation or mental health help, because he probably does need it. But to tell this man that he can't live the way he wants to live, and he's happy living in that van, and he's happy the way he lives, well, you know, that kind of crosses the line where I have to step up and say, hey, you know what, that's wrong. Even though, you know, I like fucking with Abade, I like fucking with you, Donkey, but there's a point where that's crossing what's the word, Balance?
It seems more like an insult than it does a rule.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly. It's
like,
more
did
of
you
an
bring us all
insult.
here to tell me to get a job? It seems like your parents are putting one over on you. But I agree, like, how do you enforce it? If he's not hurting anybody and that's how he's getting by, it seems a little bit foolish to automatically say, okay, this is what I order you to do to meet the criteria. I don't think.
Balance. It's like they're forcing him to change something that he's fucking happy with.
Or is out of his control. Like, he's got himself to a certain point in life where it's not just going to be that easy. Like everything comes down to resources, obviously, and money is important. Abade doesn't have that sort of thing.
I don't think money's that important to Abade.
Well, it is if you want to get off the street right away. I mean,
but that's his life. That's what he likes. I think something like that, what that judge did to Abade, would pertain more to some fucking idiot like the Pens. That motherfucker needs goddamn to be seen by a psychologist.
Well, is Liberty in crisis? Is he in a crisis situation? Defend to me is more of a crisis. Liberty isn't. Liberty embraces that van, and he's #van life, and I can eat that up, even though I disagree with it to a little bit.
Right.
For a little,
he's definitely happy with what he's doing.
Just one moment.
All right. Look, if you're gonna do something and you're a grown ass man and you don't have any dependents or children, you're not taking care of somebody else who would be unable to take care of themselves, you can make your own decisions, right? That's what being an American's about. You can decide to go and live in a fucking van down by the river if you want to. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Right. I agree.
And I think Abade is not to that point like the Pens, mentally fucked up. Abade knows what the fuck he's doing. All right, he knows what he's doing. And if you ever watch it, he's responsible enough because he'll sit there and he'll take care of shit, or you know, he'll cook or do whatever the fuck he's got to do, you know, as a normal functioning human being. You know what I'm trying to say? The Pens, on the other hand, is not normal, and he's not functioning on all four fucking cylinders.
I don't know much about how Depend lives his life. So I'm not sure about that.
Yes.
I've talked to Abady and Eric. If you like what they say, great. If you don't, who cares? But what you can say is that they come across with passion, that they really believe what they are saying to be true. So take it or leave it, like it or don't, that doesn't matter to me. But I mean, these guys have passion for what they are doing. They fundamentally believe in what they are doing.
Only issue I had, Donkey, the only issue I've ever had with Eric was when he went to that school. That was the only issue that I thought it was just, dude, it was not Eric. And I told him that, and it was just.
I think he once had to make a statement to somebody, though. Like, didn't one of the judges have a kid there or something?
Yeah, but fuck was a guy, not was a bunch of kids. There was a bunch of kids out there, man.
Right. Yeah, I don't agree messing with the kids either, but like I said, he did go there to mess with the guy.
Yeah, he went out there because he was so goddamn. Yeah, he was so pissed off and so, I don't know what's the fucking word. He was just so focused on this one motherfucker that he didn't realize there was other children there.
Yeah, I don't think if he wasn't pissed off at that guy, he wouldn't have acted that way at the school.
I can guarantee you what, Chris. If Eric did that shit in front of your kids, I guarantee you would have knocked the fuck out of him. Any fucking concerned, loving parent would have.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to wait until I was in that situation.
Or at least you would have said something.
Yeah, I probably would have said something for sure.
And I think Eric realized that because when I called him out on it, he I think he did. You know, that was one of those things that it wasn't Eric. It wasn't what he's about. It's you know, kind of bad.
But yeah, I don't know how the judge can make somebody get a place to live. What if they can't afford it, and then what happens?
Why doesn't the judge give you a 6-figure job too?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's being facetious, but I mean it's making a big jump there. I'm sure that with the victim services there's some services that come along with it. Like anytime that somebody gets out of a 5150, there's follow up and everything. So maybe that's part of the court order. I don't know. But is he sitting in jail as we speak?
No, he's out. But you know what? You brought up a good point. If they do the 5150 on him, that means that Abade is eligible for all kinds of help and benefits that help him out.
Yeah, he should be eligible for anything they offer or anything they got.
Well, they'll go through the 5150 and see if he meets the requirements for whatever they would put in place. I would imagine it would be that's a good. Well, what do you think? Do you think that does Liberty have the option to say no to all that at the end of the day? Like
Donkey, that's for you, bro.
Does Liberty have the option to say no to what? Being homeless or getting
to any of the 5150 support that comes along with it after the fact, like psychiatric evaluations and things like that. Can he turn all that down, even though a judge recommends it?
I can tell you that he, if it's not court ordered and there's no enforcement behind it, he would turn that down. And I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, I can see him following through with any of that either. I don't blame him either on that. It's a little odd, especially at this point, especially with the. So that sheriff didn't show up at the court yesterday because he was also in fear of his life, or that was 2 days ago now, I guess. Crone.
Fear of their life from them, from Liberty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what it meant.
So what are the pros and cons of the judge ordering this? I mean, is it to help Liberty's life, to help society with Liberty getting off the street in some way? Because I can think of the cons here as being Liberty is going to blast this all over social media. He already has an audience that is very biased into his side of what he delivers, and he is going to use this on a PR campaign.
Yeah, I think he has.
It's just another way to show, the system is broken. Look what they're doing to me, and everybody's going to eat it up. So I don't see the benefit of the judge whatsoever.
I can hear it.
Now, has anybody seen an actual, court document on what happened, or is it just Eric's word, Eric and Liberty?
What's the event?
Liberty's most recent. I'm just trying to think of where that was in Colorado with Sheriff Crone. What county was that? I can't remember. With Reagan Benson was involved in all that. Liberty.
Isn't it Jefferson County or?
No, not Jefferson. Jefferson County. No.
Either Adams or Jeffco.
Is it Jefferson County?
Jay.
Yeah, the 4-foot sheriff with a 5-foot gun. Anyway, I haven't seen any documents on it, and I don't remember seeing it on the list in Discord. But it'd be nice to actually read about it instead of speculate, because it comes down to, well, everybody knows what would be good theoretically for anybody. Wouldn't it be nice to have a hand held through life and showing you exactly what you need to do with all the support you need? That's kind of what parents are for. But how can a judge after the fact make you go through it? That's just a slap in the face. Although it's kind of tongue in cheek, it is all kind of true. He does need all that. But he's not going to go through it because you have to convince these people of mental health support. And that's the most difficult thing in the mental health field, I would imagine.
Once somebody's already to the point where they're okay with, their current state and they don't want to better where they are, who is the judge to say who can do it? But we've already said that. But Liberty has to make his own decisions too. You can give somebody so much, you can force somebody to do so much, but it's like a drug addiction. You have to choose to get off your drug.
Yeah, that's a good point. Donkey. So what about Ben? He was had a couple of veiled threats in his live stream for you yesterday.
Yeah, he's going off. He wants to be a trusted flagger, and everybody should watch out and obey the terms of service, because he might, anybody might go after your account.
I think he's going to abuse it, though.
Well,
Wait,
that's
who?
It's an admission. Like, he doesn't know the terms of service that well to know where to enforce it or not. But it's just kind of funny anyway.
Wait, who
Ben.
threatened you, Donkey?
Oh, no.
So there was a live stream yesterday, Black Label's final chat, and he's now going to be a trusted flagger. He's done doing the activist stuff, and he's not going to be doing the critiquing stuff. He's just going to flag your videos and pull your channel down.
Okay, and hasn't he been doing that for the past year or so, trying to flag everybody's shit and take them down? I mean, here's an insignificant motherfucker who's been exposed. We already know what fucking Benny's about, all right? And he doesn't like it because people fucking expose his ass. And depends. If you got something to say, why don't you come on and let's get it down, all right? You pissed off because Catilla's my property, bitch. You weren't man enough to hold that shit down. I got her mind. I got her heart. And my name is on her mouth 24/7.
There you go, Defend. You got an invite.
Oh, there's little Joe Edmonds. You know, Joe Edmonds is actually a snitch. She's the one that called the cops. No, true story. She's the
Joe
one that called the cops.
She's a sweetheart.
She's the one that called the cops on Eric Brandt and Tim Harper and Patrick when they were in Beaver, Oklahoma. So she's a little snitching. She's a little old lady. She ain't got shit in life.
Well, she's not a snitch because everybody knows that she did that.
Yeah, everybody knows.
They probably encouraged her. Joe Edmonds has been nice to me, but she is on Patrick's ass like nobody else. He's probably the most intense Patrick Roth watcher.
Oh, well, y'all want to know why? Y'all want the truth on that? Why she hates my son so bad? Because my son fucking deflowered her daughter, her granddaughter.
All right, so whatever personal beef you may have with Joe, you are all of a sudden looking a little petty.
Why's that? Because my son fucking took her fucking granddaughter's virginity?
No, because you are on YouTube talking about it.
Well, it's the truth.
It may be, but you don't hear anybody else talking about their son or their grandson or their daughter or none of that. I'm just saying, just from an outside perspective.
I'm proud of my son.
Hold on a second. Let's diagnose that. Your son is who?
Patrick.
And you're proud of what?
Everything that boy's done.
Okay, very good. This could be a long discussion.
About what?
Let's start with the homeless, because you had some key choice words about the homeless earlier that I didn't necessarily disagree with, but all of a sudden your son has had some words with the homeless, and you're proud of those words?
Of course I am. He stood up for what he believed in. He ain't gonna let some homeless crazy bitch threaten him. I'd be the first one to tell him, knock her fucking ass out, kid.
Hey, Joe Edmonds, did you ever post that picture of the night that Patrick drove by your house in Discord? Did you ever post that picture? That was pretty funny. That was a funny conversation.
They live in the same town, right?
Yeah, so and for all the viewers that don't know, Joe Edmonds and Patrick live in the same city or the same town.
Yeah, Beaver. Which is funny because my ex-father-in-law, Mr. Rob, actually owns 90% of the fucking town.
So Patrick's grandfather is an oil man, is he?
Yes, sir. He's an oil and cattle man.
How are those?
That's interesting. What the hell's going on with Donkey's connection? Are you on your cell phone, Donkey?
So I haven't done this or whatever this app is, and every time I hit the fucking back button, it shuts the whole thing down. I need to stop hitting that goddamn button.
Yeah, I tried that.
You're going back.
Yeah, too.
So does it have a separate mobile application, or do you just go through it through your browser?
Oh, I'm on the browser.
Hey, so Donkey, now that Black Labels is retiring, that means you're Big Daddy now. You get to get all them goddamn girls. No more competition from Black Label.
I mean, what girls are we referring about?
I don't know.
The ladies of the First Amendment community.
Yeah.
Chi-Towns too.
I heard you're the Don Juan of the auditing community now.
We could address that on its own merits. I mean, if you take a look at some of these auditors, I mean, what the hell? I should be.
You should be. Hey, that's all you, buddy. Just leave my woman alone.
So the thing that stood out to me, not to interrupt you, Rick, about Black Labels, if Black Label has a legitimate 117,000 subscribers, don't you think that you would have a little bit more value in the people that have helped you get to where you are than just to fucking throw them under the bus and say the community's fucking nothing but trash? If you have a real subscriber base, that's the last thing that you tell the people, despite what your beliefs are. You don't turn to your own audience and throw them under the bus.
Right. You know what? You're right. And Donkey, I want you to hit up on this. He's saying that the whole auditing community is trash. Well, you got your few that out there that are questionable, but someone like El Jefe or Donkey, it's a different thing. They're not child molesters. They're not convicted felons.
Yeah, there's better ways to say that statement. Like there's more accurate statements. The problem in the community is those that have substantial followers are through YouTube, and those ones have a questionable history and questionable. Here we are with the. But I mean, with that, I mean News Now Houston. And all the things that come with him is what.
Which he's supposed to be the grandfather.
Black Label's got 180,000+ subscribers and throwing it all down the drain because he wants to be a YouTube flagger or he's frustrated or whatever it is. Honestly, I don't care. He says he's moving on. He said it 1,000 times before, so I believe it when I see it.
He even dogged
exactly. He said it 1,000 times before.
But in my mind, like I try to translate it to a better way so that I can think of it here. This terms of service, after I read it, if you're a person, a content creator on YouTube, you already know all the valuable processes, how to get your information where and how to reach your audience and all the things that you learn from building an audience. Well, why is Ben so reliant on what other people do? If all my content was taken down yesterday or today, I wouldn't give a shit. It would kind of suck because there's some funny moments, but I would figure out ways to repost the content or tell the story or use screenshots and use more of the voice. But as long as you have the audience that's coming to watch you, they're pretty forgiving in that sense. Why would you turn and say that you've just totally lost all faith in what has brought you here, type of thing? I don't know. I thought to me, it doesn't make sense. And it sounded to me more like a veiled threat to whatever is causing him to stress out in the background. It's like whatever's going on, I'm switching my game to a trusted YouTube flagger, and I'm going to be the man who's judge, jury, and executioner when I go around to all these channels and critique you behind the scenes. Like, so what else is fucking new? We all do that in our own little ways. But I mean, we all can flag.
But he's been the main one to be flagging a bunch of people's videos. And the funny part is I get blamed or you get blamed or any of the Ace of Eights gets blamed, and it's us doing it, and it's not us. It's actually fucking Black Label doing the shit.
Well, they all go to the same thing because it's all the trolls, and I use my parentheses air quotes. All the trolls, bullshit. This trolls, it's no different than referring to UFOs or aliens from another planet. They don't really actually exist. It's whatever hype they're pumping into it. It's just that thought. It's like God, the trolls, like they're one kind of based. They're that organized. No, it's not like that. There's many different reasons, many different people troll different channels. And it's usually because the host has lied or done something wrong to that person. But
exactly,
they generally, it's not a good thing, or it's not a common thing to just randomly go around trying to take people's videos down, because in the end, it doesn't do anybody any good. It's, nobody's enjoying the laughs or whatever have you. But of course, there's always exceptions. And,
take that channel and make it a gaming channel.
Yeah. Well, the motherfucker can't decide if he's a gaming channel, if he's an auditing channel, if he's a fucking, a goddamn fucking showroom goddamn announcer. He doesn't know what the fuck he is. He's sitting there trying to hit every goddamn fucking button he can.
Well, Ben can host a show. He has a pleasant voice and he's decent to listen to. I enjoy listening to him. But when you actually get to know what he's talking about, you realize how ill-informed he is, how not up to date with the community he is, and that's fine. But when you're trying to engage or try to make a point in a conversation, well, he's not going to see the same angle because he's not as well informed. But I mean, as far as hosting a show, like he should be hosting shows and panels like this, but maybe he can't anymore because of his reputation in the community. I don't know. I don't know him that well.
His reputation's gone. And he does have a pleasant voice, and he's got more of a radio voice or a host voice than, say, Depends or Brian King.
Well, I'm not I'm not trying to talk shit or anything. Like, he could lose as many subscribers as I've ever had, and his channel would be just fine. There are more people that would still come and listen. He could easily have a good show. It's what he chooses to do that is going to affect him. So I'm not talking shit saying he's gone. He has chose to back out. He's put himself exactly where he says he is.
That's
because, and you know what? Balance hit it because of the stress. Earl and Patrick, they hit fucking Black Label pretty hard by talking to the girlfriend's mom and then the uncle and then his actual mother, and they exposed them because they said, "Hey,
Houston goes right to YouTube and posts all that stuff." Rick, I mean, everybody can watch it right on YouTube in his comment section, and as unclassy as that is, it goes to show you the type of stress that Black Label has to endure. Now, when you're trying to strive for success, and you have fucking idiots like News Now Houston coming in, pulling that stuff, even though everybody can see through it, you still have to contend with it to a certain element. It's already done the damage. I mean, it's too bad that people do that.
I to him yesterday.
I would go the other way and say that there are people that you could tell whatever you want to, and they will never, ever care. Even if it's true, they'll be blind to the fact, and they will support somebody forever. And that goes in all categories, even for myself.
Well, hell, that's me right there. I support El Jefe all the time, even though I fuck with him. as a matter of fact, that brings up a good point. El Jefe should be the one. He's got a pleasant voice. His demeanor is very. He's real mellow. I mean, he should be
Remember
the
the
one
Muppet
that.
Show? Well, he's calm. He's calm and cool and collective, and he's considerate of his audience. You know what I mean?
Trust
That's a big thing when you're hosted a show, I think. But as far as El Jefe, he sounds like Ralph the dog. Remember from the Muppet Show, the piano playing dog?
Yeah.
I look like him too.
Ralph.
And to give him credit, I've given him hell, dude. I mean, I think I pissed him off one time, and I knew it was going to happen, and it was kind of a low shot at him, but I hit him kind of where it hurts, and that was the only time I ever seen him pissed off. But yeah, he El Jefe is probably one of the most mellowest guys out there.
Yeah, I don't hold grudges. If shit happens, it is what it is. Not everybody's gonna get along.
Yeah.
Shocking value, my friend. Shocking value.
A lot of these guys will go out and they build a channel, and then all of a sudden they're turning on people, and all their channel is fucking drama, and it will reflect in what happens. Fucking people judge you by what you're putting out there.
You're going outside.
Well, if y'all want to hit that subject, Donkey and Jefe and Balance, let's look at fucking Doug Hutton.
I don't know who that is.
Doug Hutton, yeah. What about him?
Did y'all see the last video he posted?
Oh, the one where he was crying.
What channel is this?
Anytime, that's no thanks. So anytime, here's where the problem is. Everybody strives to make money on YouTube, and you can do that. Anybody can do that. You just have to put a little bit more time and care into it and get the AdSense out of it. But it comes a problem. Of course, there's boundaries, but it comes a problem when people start posting their PayPal link. It becomes a different beast to a lot of people. And when these blind supporters, like I believe, well, it doesn't matter what their names are right now, but everybody knows them. They're mods in most of the channels. When they start posting PayPal links and reasons why you should part with your money, well, Doug is up there not saying anything. Like that's partially one of the reasons I record them and play them and review them like that for an audience, because they never end up actually saying anything. They get the point across. They get donations. It doesn't make sense when you watch it the second time, but there you captured what happens in a live event, because people have to take it with a grain of salt. They're taking what you're saying as honesty, despite even though that, it's different. It's not as honest as it should be. But the point is to all that is when you're asking people to part with their money, you're doing it under false pretense. And Doug Hutton putting the tears on, never saying anything, is either fucking crazy as shit or he's a fucking liar. And it's probably a combination of both because of his situation,
I think Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think some of these guys go out and they really do, not all of them, but some of these guys put their neck on the line and expose some stupid shit that's in the system. Some of these guys are out there acting a fool. Either way, there's both categories are getting arrested. So, and it isn't uncommon that these guys don't have a lot of money or a job or whatever it is to get bail money to get out of jail. If you're wasting your time e-begging for fucking spare change on the internet, and when the time comes and your ass is in jail and fucking there ain't no $10,000 bond for you, that's when I'm laughing.
Hey, come on.
You gotta be fucking spending that time and money fucking waiting around until you're actually locked up legitimately, then put out your goddamn PayPal. That's when the people should be there supporting your ass.
Well, yeah, you would think of it. Now, Donkey, you have 18,000 subscribers, and I'll assume they're legitimate.
I got 8,300.
Okay. In regards, so it's not unfathomable for a channel, doesn't matter whose, to make say $8,000 to $10,000 a month on AdSense money in good times. Now, let's just take that number for a second. why is there's no reason to be shaking down a live audience for money for any fucking reason or fundraising for any reason if you're making $10,000 a month, because you should be treating that as a business. You should already have all kinds of money set aside for the dangers that you're going to put yourself in, not rely at, you know, of course there's always exceptions and shit happens, but use it very rarely. That way you probably would be more effective in that manner. But as far as PayPal goes, people can donate to you using that super chat. Do that all day, you know. I mean, you have to build that up. Just because you got to those 1,000 subs and have a PayPal and a following that donates doesn't mean that you should use it or try to think that that is the end, because the building just begins there. You know, you have to treat it like you have to treat it like a business, and you should have that money, that AdSense money, built up and stocked up for anything any situation that you're going to put you in that's going to cause you to get, you know, arrested. However, the person beside you, you know, shit happens out there, and you can never tell what's going to happen. But you don't see it like that. You see it the opposite way, where people rely on the viewers to you know, to bail them out at the time on demand.
I completely agree with you. It's overused, and the people that overuse it the most seem to be the ones that are out there poking the bear for no reason. You know, they're making drama videos, not fucking audit or cop watch videos. It's just fucking harassing whatever videos. I mean, and I'm not saying all of them, but the majority of what I watch seems to be that the people begging for money consistently for little stupid ass things, like your son Rick Rude and his tire e-begging streams that you're so proud of.
That was a good one, motherfucker. He got new tires too.
Well,
that shit's got to go.
Times change, and if it's wrong, like Patrick is still young, I'll give him that. He should know better, but he's still young. I can't get too hard on him for that, but you can still thank God for video, because you can still post the video and talk smack about him. It doesn't mean that, you know, he's always going to be an evil person. That's what he is, right?
But in Patrick's defense, he does use that money and goes out to different states and places and audits. He does use that money to go audit. Unlike some of these other ones that Donkey was talking about that are just using that money for personal. AB is a good example of that shit.
AV Watchman.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out that connection. What do you mean?
He's e-begging, right? He was e-begging 1 week before he was going to court, which he already knew months in advance that he had a court date, right? So then 1 week before he goes to court, he starts begging for money that he needed a lawyer for this or that. Okay, you knew ahead of time, motherfucker. You had plenty of time to get a job and start saving up money to retain a fucking attorney. He didn't do that. Most of these motherfuckers are depending on, and I hate to say it, the stupidity or ignorance of people to donate to them.
Well, people make that decision to donate money in that split second. It just takes a fraction of a second to say, I believe him or I don't believe him. But when you have that element, the probability is so in a live stream. My point is, it doesn't matter what the videos, making them and taking them down just shows you where his mind is. He recognizes that the live stream audience has to make that decision right there and then, and that's where the good fishing is. You know,
hold on. Wait a minute. I'd like to say
that's
I'd like
how
to
it
say
should
the fucking
be done.
counter to this, because there's a lot of passionate people out there that watch these videos, and they're compassionate and they like what they see. And when you give them a sob story and they have some extra money, they'll throw it at you. And it's not these people's fault for being compassionate. It's not their fault for having empathy. So to say anything of that, I'm not disparaging the people that donate to these guys. I can't do it myself. I see right through this shit. But honestly, it's the people that are asking for the money, putting them in that position on false pretenses sometimes. That shit is fucking, not only is it wrong, it's fraud.
But that's why we do what we do, me and Balance and the rest of us, all right, is to expose these idiots. Okay, you're absolutely right, Donkey. You can't tell someone not to donate if it's in their heart, but these people need to realize who the fuck they're donating to.
Well, Rick, it's I get what you're saying. Now, it's of course not that black and white, because Donkey just pointed out that there's a cusp there, because it's not black and white of an area. It's people get these scams in different ways, or develop them in different ways depending on the situation, of course. So exposing them, that word in people's minds makes people believe that, a watchdog group would be a better way to frame it, because you have to watch these guys, because they scam people out of money, and that's a continuous effort type of thing. But you have to be able to recognize the telltale signs of these frauditors, in essence. And that's what
hot tow truck girl. She was begging for bail money that wasn't even in jail.
Oh fuck, man! Like, she's what? First of all, do you know what a grifter is?
No.
Grifter. A grifter is a person who engages in small time scamming, just little bullshit things like this. Her hot tow truck girl Danielle Bagnano is an accomplice to this little crime ring that Anselmo from Auditing America is heading and developing. And I'm catching on to him as he's doing it, because it's all becoming a lot more clear to me what's going on. But we can get to that in a little bit. But as far as his relation to Danielle, well, Josh and Anselmo were working together, and Hot Tow Truck Girl is Josh's girlfriend. She's going to be facing probably a good stint in jail. Like, she's facing 4 counts of larceny over $1,200 from a dude that they picked up while Josh was in jail in the Boston Harbor Hotel, and used his credit card to run up over $10,000 in expenses. That was in one night. That all came out. So all during the time that Josh was in jail back in September from the Straight Pride March. Now, since then, Bristol Turtle Chick on Turtle Boy Sports has been, covering the story, digging up a lot of paperwork in regards to her history and Josh's history and Selmo's history. And they're all violent criminals. They're all repeat offenders. They're grifters. They are what they are. And, Josh is now in prison, of course. And Selmo is an interesting case, because last night when I went live, El Jefe, he went live for the exact same time, for the exact same amount of time. All right. For whatever reason, just no. It's just side, just a who knows, just an interesting fact. Now, in that stream, if you go back and watch his stream for 2 hours, I did after my show was done. Now put yourself through it and take your fast forward button, go through it. And as a creator with a YouTube that actually does streams, understands comments, you get to know people, you get to know the people and the types of questions and shit that goes on. That's common in every live stream in this community. If you go and scroll through his live chat, try to figure out who any of them are. Number one, number two, why they're saying the way they are, and then search for sub pals on Google. What's going on is a large percentage of this of his subscriber and comments and live stream comments. It's probably self-controlled, but you can pre-program bots to go into your live stream and post comments, and all you're never gonna actually hear him for 2 hours and Selmo talk about one thing other than him wanting to help smaller auditing channels grow in this community. Now, what that means is he probably wants to sell his app that he's developed, because Anselmo doesn't have any fucking followers. He says he has 180,000, but I'll tell you one fucking thing. I've been for days, and every time he comes out with something, I try to track certain comments or people that stick out to me in the live chat, and they're all the same made up fucking they're fake accounts. So just imagine somewhere a bunch of virtual machines with a bunch of scripts that can run all hundreds and thousands of versions of Windows to simulate a hit on your channel that would constitute actual AdSense money. If you could have an army of fake accounts that actually drew off your videos that would watch them, like every time it clicked on your video, it would get count for 100% watch time. Well, that would trigger
Black
off
label.
the AdSense money. So now you're taking, or you have the ability to defraud YouTube and Google out of, or those advertisers out of potential hits. So now where's the crime? That's what's going on with Anselmo. And I'm this is just a speculation at this point, but I'll tell you in the next week, that'll be my next fucking big break, because I just have yet to figure out how he's doing it. But that's exactly what's going on. And Navin Johnson knows what I'm talking about. He's on the same the same wavelength as I am.
Well,
But just think, that's so now you could take all those 8,000 that Donkey has that are legitimate, turn them into 180,000, and think about you just turned $100 profit into 20,000. That's better than
do
cocaine.
you remember?
And nothing's ever been done.
Balance. Do you remember back in the old days when we were all trolling? When it was Yahoo chats, me, you, Navin, the rest of the guys. Remember the robocalls when you didn't like somebody and you figured out their fucking phone number and you used the robo dollar to keep calling and calling and calling them motherfuckers to harass them? I think that's what
I
they're
believe
doing.
they call it a PDX or a PBX.
Yeah,
style.
PDX.
Yeah.
Was that you doing that, Balance?
No, of course not. Rick's just making that up, but I know what he's talking about. If you have a dialer that's outgoing in a telemarketing firm, it's a PBX dialer. Navin knows what I'm talking about. He can fill you in chat. But no, Rick and I don't know Rick. I've only known Rick for under a year, just through YouTube. But he plays it up. I feed in. That's the kayfabe, the wrestling kayfabe I feed into.
He really does.
Yeah, but you have to I play into it just because it's funny. It puts more question in the viewer's mind, but it's difficult for me sometimes because I get backed in a corner like with a question like that, Donkey. No, I don't harass or abuse. I'm not that type of person. But it's not to my peril if my opponents think that I am. You know what I mean? So if my enemies think that I'm capable of that, it's probably to my benefit.
It probably is.
I don't know. I've watched your channel, Balance. I've just recently. I don't know how long you've been doing what you've been doing, but I've just been watching since I've seen you on Discord, and I've enjoyed some of the perspectives that you show. It gives. I like seeing it all, so I can judge for myself. I don't want to be biased, one-sided on anything.
Yeah, and you know what?
That's the problem.
I didn't expect it to be as popular, but go ahead, L.
I get hell for going into Discord. Like a fellow auditor is banning me because they see me in Discord. It's like ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
So the reaction. There's nothing wrong with Discord, is it?
Yeah, it's just a chat app. I mean, if you can't handle the chat app, I understand it's not for everybody, but
right.
Some people got thicker skin than others, and some people have more problems than others. And when they come in there and their problems are known and then thrown in their face, yeah, they're fucking out of there. Ben doesn't want to sit around and talk about some stuff. He's out. Fucking same with News Now Houston. He's gone. And these people are not going to sit around and talk in there. It would not be beneficial for them.
I think I got hooked on Discord when so Ben Garcia, Black Label, came into Discord about a month ago, and it was the first time, and it made me laugh, and I had to see it through because I had to see what happened here when you get in, when you're listening to a conversation like radio station. It's just like a show, right? In a way, on your mind. But Donkey was the first individual that I've ever seen, and maybe I'm new, that ever has rage stayed. Like you hear of rage quitting something, but Donkey rage stayed for like almost 72 hours. And it was, and I didn't catch if he slept, but it was in regards to some bullshit that was Ben was pulling in there. And he came in and told us flat out lie, of course, in looking at it in review. And Donkey had all the right to do it, but ever since then, I kind of got attached to listening in. It's like listening into a radio. Marine Band Radio, channel 72 or channel 16, all the radio chatter.
I'd say it's kind of like Days of Our Lives when it's boring, and then it's kind of like Jerry Springer when it's hot, maybe mixed with a little bit of CNN and Fox News fact checking.
But it always keeps you sharp because there's new people coming in that piss people off, and it's funny to hear. It's an interesting place to experience and join in.
You know, if you're into the First Amendment community, the cop watchers, all that shit, fucking, if you have your favorite channels or stuff or want to keep up on what's actually going on, there's so much information that gets passed back there. They know everybody's court dates. They know everybody's, you know, what they're going in for. Fucking, they know the background of these people, deep histories that you might actually not want to know. So if you idolize somebody like they're fucking Superman, don't go to Discord. Superman will die.
I was just told to go fuck myself.
Yeah, Hefe, what's up with that?
As a channel going into Discord, it's probably the best thing you could do. Don't ever regret including Discord because you're so much more well-informed, and you don't actually understand until you get there and see then you see outside the box a little bit looking in, and you see the bullshit that they all feed into about the trolls and all this, the enemy that they use in their e-begging videos to try to build up that fear on the, the viewer.
We're not sitting here judging people. We're having a conversation, and all of a sudden I'm an asshole because of this.
Yeah, you better.
Sometimes on Fridays, it's shut the fuck up Fridays.
Right? You better do what that person told you to go do.
No, that's it. I'm ending the stream. Fuck you guys.
It's over, guys.
Hefe, that would be a good one for you. Shut the fuck up Fridays. Yeah, you should do that, Chris.
You know, for example, Justin Pulliam was live last night saying something to the effect, it was about Timmy, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but maybe A Balance will, but it was incorrect, and the information that we've been talking about 3 hours ago that Pulliam just didn't know yet, but it was simple information that he was misguiding to other people. It was like, oh, that's not factually correct, and there he's spewing it off on his live stream.
Hey, Donkey, did you see the video that Errol put up about O2K's president talking about the Tim Harper arrest and all that shit?
Yes.
Are they supporting him now, or they're still not supporting him? Because last week
they came out and that guy said that he was supporting the lawyer and groups that possibly were supporting him, and that there was nothing wrong with what he did because the bar was a restaurant bar and it served less than 51% alcohol. It sounded pro Timmy to me.
That's what
exactly. And Earl David Warden kind of hit it on the nail when he said, well, O2K is kind of wishy-washy because they're not like, oh shit, damn it, his name escapes me right now. Fuck. The guy here from Texas.
I didn't see his version. I saw there was an original link and I clicked on it.
I clicked on the original. But what's his name? Oh shit. I got a nickname for him that he hates. Anyway, the guy here from Texas, and I don't know why I can't remember his fucking name. The Texas bunch is more organized. All right, that O2K, they don't look like they're organized because 1 minute they're denouncing Tim, the next minute they're supporting Tim.
Yeah, I don't think they know what they want to do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be clear, they've put out a couple messages that he's not affiliated with their organization, but they also.
Shut the door while the train's out there.
When he's got some wicked train.
Yeah. Shut the door right now.
Oh, Tiny Grisham. I know he hates that name.
So they came out and they said that he's not part of their group, but they don't condone the arrest, is what it sounds like.
I don't know. It sounded like they were supporting fucking Tim, and then like last week they wasn't. Who the fuck knows was that bunch?
What I'm saying is that it's two different issues.
Okay.
They can say that he's not affiliated, but still not condone what happened. I believe is what their position was, as far as I can tell.
Excuse me.
You guys hit that like button while you're in here.
Oh shit! I didn't know David Bourne was in here.
Yeah, he just left.
I just see what happened to Joe Edmonds? Did she take off?
There you go. There's a list. So,
Not
what
sure.
about James Jacobson? What's your take on that, Rick?
Oh fuck, dude! I like the guy. I really like. Oh wow, okay. I really like James Jacobson, but damn, man. If you can't do the crime, don't do the time. And he fucked up by posting videos of himself drunk when he knew he was court ordered not to drink. So he's got only himself to blame. But I really, really hope that James gets the help that he needs while he's in there, because when he's sobered up, he's a real likable dude. I mean, he's likable, he's kind of dumb, but he's likable. You know what I mean?
Personable, yeah.
Yeah.
So in his case, the court, the judge, and I'm trying to relate it to Liberty's case. Now, wouldn't the same thing? What kind of help would he have forced James Jacobson into? Like psychiatric, like a 5150, or was it?
I think that's part of it. I think he did go for a psych evaluation. I'm not sure that. And then, of course, his problem was alcohol.
So the whole factor that you got, doesn't that kind of, how much does that say in the situation? It's not like you got court ordered for a psychiatric evaluation, and the whole reason you got ordered a psychiatric evaluation, isn't that kind of identifying that there's probably a problem anyway?
I think James's problem is not that he's nutty, say like the Pens. I think James's problem is alcohol.
Yeah, I think it's real simple. I mean, you just nailed it. Yeah. And a lot of people probably have dealt with that or know people that have dealt with that. But you just, once you get hooked, some people cannot stop.
That's right.
Yeah, if you ever watch James and you notice when he's sober, I mean, he's functionable. But he's what they call a functionable alcoholic. When he gets too fucking drunk, though, he goes kind of nutty.
Yeah, and he even tried to get help before he went to jail because he knew they were gonna throw him in. But I think the judge should have took that into consideration, though.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. Because I called it wrong. He actually called looking for help. I got it wrong, and I should have made a video, and I forgot. I got distracted and said, "Oh, fuck it." Yeah, but he's the one that called, asking for help, because I think he knew at that point that he needed the fucking help.
Yeah, he called me and said he just couldn't do it by himself. He had to go to get help.
Yeah. He called that cop that helped him with his dog. That helped. Yeah. Because I think it opened his eyes. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree, or they're going to have some shit to say, but that cop helped him out. That sergeant helped him out, helped James out a lot. He showed act of compassion and kindness when he took James's dog to the vet, when James didn't have no money to take his dog to the vet. And that dog is real important, him and Kim.
Yeah.
So when the cop did that, I think James opened his eyes saying, hey, you know, cops aren't all that fucking bad. And I think that was the one person that James could trust and turn to in his time of need. And you know what? That cop had his fucking back.
Yep. It takes a lot to be able to ask for help. And I mean, I speak from experience.
Yeah.
It takes a lot.
Yeah, you're right. It took a lot for James to ask for help. And like I said, I hope he gets the help that he needs. But, you know, 5 months, man, he won't be out till May. So it'll be time for him to clean his, which he probably needs the system cleaned out anyway.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine when he gets out.
Yeah, 5 months. You know, if his liver's damaged from all the drinking, the liver's the only part of the body that actually can heal itself if you give it time.
So News Now OKC is out, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, they put a lot of restrictions on his ass.
Gag order. Pretty ridiculous.
Gag order.
Gag order plus no guns, plus no talking about
No
guns.
social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, no social media whatsoever, no guns, which
Oh, it wasn't no social media whatsoever, was it? Wasn't it no
Yeah.
social media about firearms or with firearms in it or about his pending charges?
I think it did specify guns.
Pending charges. So he can go on and talk about pink unicorns all day long.
I think, I'm not sure, you have to go look, and that's somebody was talking about that. But if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, he can't go on live whatsoever.
He can't talk to the media about his case or anything.
Nope. And you know, that's got to be a slap in the face for poor and he's another likable guy. Timmy's not, you know, I fuck with Timmy just like I fuck was Hep and couple, but you know, they can take it and they just blow it off. Tim's one of those guys that he's just real laid back. He believes in what he believes in, and for them to take his guns, that's got to be a slap in the face. And then for OKQ to denounce him or excommunicate him, that's another slap in the face because the motherfucker supported that group.
All right, here they are. It's accused shall possess no firearm, shall not post on social media regarding firearms or pending charges. No communication with media, which means like any of our channels. He couldn't talk to me, News Now Patrick, anybody.
Right.
No attendance or speaking at public events. No attendance at gun shows or gun stores. Accused to be GPS ankle monitored. Accused to surrender all firearms belonging to accused legal counsel. Commitment issued. That's going to be the one where they really fucking. That's going to piss him off to no end.
Basically, they took everything that Timmy is about, or what?
That's what he
What's
does.
a good word to say it? Who Timmy is, who Tim Harper is. They took everything that this man stands for and believes in.
Yep. They sure did.
Sounds accurate.
Now, here's the dilemma. Do you blame the courts for something stupid that fucking Tim did? Because if you look at one of the videos, he says ghetto, which is probably racist as fuck. And he did what he did because he knew it. But again, he got arrested for going into Twin Peaks. Does Twin Peaks sell alcohol or liquor? You know, if it sells alcohol, he had every right to walk in there with his gun. They sell liquor, he does not have that right. There's a big difference in the law.
Either way, I mean, the president of the OK2A thing said it decent. I mean, he supports the fact that what he did was legal, but he doesn't understand the need to be taking the AR into Twin Peaks thing. You know, it doesn't make sense. So and that guy's an activist too. He's the president of the fucking the gun rights club. He's pushing for
And he hit a good point right there.
He's pushing for looser gun rights, and he probably is actually in more of a position to get looser gun rights. So sometimes flaunting these rights and bringing your gun to the middle of some crowded place just because you can isn't going to push your agenda.
And that brings me to a good point. What about your good buddy fucking Fast? He did the same shit walking around at a park with a goddamn AR-15. And he lied about it, saying he was training to go into the army. That motherfucker he can't go into the army. He's a fucking convicted criminal.
Okay, I've never heard of what you're talking about. One.
Bullshit.
Just because Fast isn't in Colorado, I can't say he's my good buddy anymore. And 3, is there a link to a video or something? What are you talking about?
Donkey. He was in Colorado when this shit happened. Go look it up. He got arrested for walking around in a
He
park.
should be on this panel.
Yeah. So he got arrested for that shit. You know what, bro? It was right before he had the incident where that good-looking cop slammed his ass to the ground. But yeah, he was walking around. All right. Was a goddamn AR-15. Him and somebody else. Somebody called concern. And his bullshit was, he was training because he was going into the army. But it's out there.
I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, if you look at that scenario, it's almost the same shit like Tim Harper's. Why would he go to that area of town and then call it the ghetto? And then why was he fucking with a Moorish? Them motherfuckers they're just as bad as goddamn James Freeman and his sovereign citizen bullshit.
Can you define a sovereign citizen, please?
I think we all are in our own hearts.
I will not accept that definition.
Do you like being told what to do?
Does not like being told what to do.
Do you like being told what to do? Do you want Rick Crew to tell you to get on your knees and suck his little pee-pee?
And do you think that being told what to do or liking it makes you a sovereign citizen or not?
I believe what it is a lot of us mistake sovereign citizens from people who love freedom. You can't tell a Texan what to do, as you know, or as you know our history. We are very freedom fucking loving motherfuckers here in the great state of Texas. All right, you cannot tell a Texan what to do, and if you try, you're going to have a fight on your hand. We believe in freedom. We believe, and
you're describing stubborn. There's a difference between stubborn and sovereign.
We believe in the great Republic of Texas to succeed from you Yankee sons of bitches.
Oh my God, what have I fallen into?
Look, bottom line, nobody likes being told what to do, especially if they think they're a man. Hefe wouldn't like it if I told him what to do. He'll stand up. As mellow as he is, I guarantee you that motherfucker will stand up for what he believes in. And if he's got to fight, he's going to fight. Just like you, just like me, just like Alex, just like anybody.
Before we get El Jefe's channel permanently deleted for Sovsit and succeeding from Texas from the union talk here, we better mellow this shit out here, fellas. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be pretty. Ben's gonna get a hold of this.
Oh yeah. And you know what? God bless El Jefe. He's got my respect, and he's got balance of respect, and a lot of the Ace of Eights and Brothers of the Wind, because he's the only brave motherfucker that would have us on.
Yeah.
Nah, fucking Jefe knows what's going on, dude, because stream panels are hot.
They are hot.
Yeah.
They are funny. They are good.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? We all follow the trend. I mean, oh shit! I made my intro with what was it? The power thing, and I got that from somebody else, and then it just kept going and going. Ben, for all bullshit, he was the first one with a customized fucking YouTube intro and shit, and I think Not Now, Maybe Later was a second, and there was a few others. Betsy Peeler, she makes these custom shit, which is I've seen her shit. It looks really damn good, as a matter of fact. Even though she doesn't like me, I got to give her fucking props.
What is that? Game recognized game, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I like, Donkey and Hefe. I've always said, if I don't like you, I ain't gonna talk about it. Well, if I like you, I'm gonna talk shit about you. If I don't, I usually don't say shit about you. And if I do, don't take the shit personal, man. I mean, fuck, dude. We put ourselves out here, okay? It's fair game. Everybody's, thinking that I was hiding my past or hiding my face no, man, it's out there. It's been out there. I choose to wear the mask because I want to wear the mask because bottom line, it pisses people fucking off.
Well,
So
let's
that's
be
why-
honest. You have a fucking face for radio, so the mask helps. Let's take a comment from the chat here. Let's see. Sergeant Shadow says, Rick Rude turned state evidence on Earl. Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm telling you, that Earl shit, it's going to get ugly. But I told Earl, if he goes to prison, we're not going to protect him. All right. And he's going to have a real hard time in prison. I can tell you that. And I see RB Texas is starting to post videos, which balance that brings us to this. I don't have any problems with RB Texas, Rodney Grawler, actually doing cop watch. I think that's a better thing for him than to say go audit places and libraries and shit where kids are involved. I think it's better that he does a cop watch. I think that would be probably more up Rodney's alley than anything else. And I got no issues with Rodney doing cop watch. I do have a problem with Rodney filming kids. That I do have a problem with, and I think we all do.
Well, Rodney has to know where his boundaries are too. Like, it's kind of got to be not to sympathize too much with him, but he wants so badly to be a part of something, and he should have that right. But it's probably not, because of his situation. Auditing is not the best choice for him. Cop watch till you're blue in the face, Rodney. I think that sounds like a good idea. That's good for society.
I think it is. What do you think, Chris? What do you think, Donkey?
I don't know the guy.
I'm not sure who we're talking about.
Oh, fill him into who Rodney Cowler is, Rick. That's Rodney Cowler. Do you remember the yacht line, The Old Man? Okay. You don't know who he is? Okay.
Is that his channel name?
No, it's
RB Texas News.
Yeah, RB Texas News.
Oh, okay. I think I've heard of him, but I don't watch him. I've just heard of him.
He's another registered sex offender. That's why we're kind of sheepish to get into his details, I think.
That's what I heard about him.
Yeah, he filmed a kid that was at
But if a registered my point was if a registered sex offender, sorry, Rick, wants to film the cops, fuck, perfect.
Yeah, more power to Rodney. Yeah, more
At least
power
you know
to
where
Rodney.
he's coming from.
If he wants to do cop watch, but like I said, I think that's right up his alley. I think that's a perfect thing for him to do, other than auditing and then fucking with people and their kids and shit. Because he did that. He did that on one of the videos. Him and the old man. They were at a place where I don't know if it was
Now
child
it's a
protective
meeting.
services. What was it, Balance?
Sorry, I should have had my mic muted. It's now a Mensa meeting. Archer joined.
Oh, where's Archer? Oh, cool.
Archer, do you need help setting your avatar up or something? Because it looks like your camera's on, and God knows that you do not want to show your face on YouTube.
No.
Yeah, he's scared.
So do you see the video button at the bottom?
Yes.
Click that.
If I do something and it starts recording me, I'm going to punch you in your head.
I understand. I'm not touching you.
All right.
And now you can set an avatar if you choose.
Oh, how do you do that?
That was probably one stage back from joining. When you click, when you're in the previous screen, you click the video off button like you just did here, and it'll give you an option to load an avatar.
Oh,
There's-
fuck, Archie. Why don't you just show your goddamn face? It'll be El Jefe's exclusive.
Well,
You'll be
this
the
is about
first
to
person ever had
this
to
show's
say.
about to get good here. Fucking El Jefe's just gonna sit back and get some popcorn. What's up, Archer?
Not much. What's going on with you?
Nah, just another day on YouTube, man. Fucking, I know you got something good to add to this conversation.
I don't know.
Archer, that's bullshit. You never won to fucking have no words, you fucker.
Me?
Well, we were starting to
Yeah,
talk about registered sex offenders, so I was hoping he would kind of distract us away from the low point in the conversation.
What do you want to talk about?
Anything.
How about Timmy? Have you guys talked about Timmy yet?
Yes.
We could go back to
Wow.
Timmy, or we could talk about what is your favorite cop watching Pepsi video that you've ever seen.
Cop watching Pepsi video. That's a good one. That's a good one.
It won't let me let you in. We're gonna have to wait.
Hey, Fat Rod Chicken, how's your day going?
Who wants to come in, El Jefe?
Teresa R.
I'll get off if she wants to come in.
It's up to you, man. No, there she goes. Here she comes. Okay, she's in.
It's a little tough.
Welcome in, Teresa.
Hello, panel stream.
Panels are
What's up,
hot,
Teresa?
Morning,
Rick
Teresa.
Rude. How's it going, everybody?
How you doing, Teresa?
I'm not dead yet.
Oh my god.
You like that shit when I say that shit to you.
Did you guys talk about Timmy this morning?
Yes.
No, we haven't. What would we like to say?
Just that I'm glad he's out of jail.
That's bullshit.
did you
You're
see the-
lying right there, woman.
Did you see the
Oh,
OK2 president speak?
I did. I watched that video this morning.
What do you think about their position?
I'm a little confused about it because I don't know. You know, what are they going to do? Are they going to support him or not?
Exactly, Teresa. And I think I told Donkey and El Jefe that this morning I'm confused as fuck. I don't know if they're actually supporting Timmy or they're not, because last week they denounced him. This week it's kind of like, and your good buddy Errol David kind of hit it on the nose when he said they're wishy-washy. So listening to that video, Teresa, are they supporting Timmy or they're not?
Are they maybe in a really tough spot? Because, you know, if they believe he didn't do anything illegal and they don't back him up, you know, they're really kind of burning their members. And then again, you know, they don't approve of his so-called antics. So he's got him in a tough spot.
Jefe, you got anybody backstage that wants to come on?
Archer just came in. He's here.
Yeah, but who else?
No,
Anybody else want to come in?
That's it for
Yeah, I
now.
kicked myself out.
We're here, Rick. We got your back, dude.
No.
Stuff. So all this Second Amendment stuff that you guys are seeing down there in Oklahoma, I mean, in the state I live in, we've had this law for a long time where we can go into the stores. The only place we can't go is a place that serves alcohol. And I posted a video a while back where I showed a lot of my Second Amendment handguns and my rifles. You know, I'm 100% Second Amendment, so I'm kind of behind Tim on this, and I hope him the best.
Me too.
Well, I got what is it, Teresa? I got 10 or 11 more months to go, and I get my guns back.
You know, and I think Timmy will survive without his guns while he has to go through whatever he has to go through.
I haven't, and sometimes it's been hard because I'm used to having a fucking gun. I've had a gun ever since I was fucking 9 years old, and not to have them, it's kind of strange.
Well, Tim is in a kind of a bad situation because of all the things that are going on in the world right now, especially since we had that, what was it, the other day? We just had another school shooting, had a shooting in New Jersey. So I think that anyone who is against the Second Amendment is going to jump on this to say, hey, look at these Second Amendment people. They're just as crazy as we said they were. They're going into a place where families are at. People are scared. There were people running for the exit. This type of thing, and it's going to be bad for them. They're going to almost like have to prosecute.
Yeah, but down here in the South and in Texas and Louisiana, I mean, we're so used to seeing guns all over the fucking place. Back in the day when me and Teresa were growing up, it was no big deal to be going down the road in a fucking truck with a gun rack in the back, had a bunch of fucking rifles. You don't see that anymore because people break in and steal the shit. But it was commonplace. It was normal for us. It was normal for an 8-year-old kid to be walking around with a 22 shooting shit too.
Yeah, sure was, Rick. And we still do that here. We allow our kids to go out, kill ground squirrels, and some people don't like that, but that's what we teach here. We want our kids to know about handguns, rifles, and how to use them correctly.
Where are you at?
Wyoming.
Oh, yeah, Wyoming's another big time gun state where kids are out there hunting and shit. Because you get these young kids, man, 12 and 11 years old, they're handling already 30-06s going deer hunting.
Exactly. And I taught my kids how to properly use handguns and rifles as they were growing up, and now they handle their weapons very well here. I hope the best for Tim down there. It's pretty new for them in Oklahoma to carry guns openly. We've been able to do that here in Wyoming for quite a few years now.
I didn't grow up with people walking into restaurants with long guns. I did, grow up and people had guns, and like I was saying this earlier, I remember kids coming to school with guns in the back windows of their pickup trucks. And I don't ever remember one time when I was growing up, anybody ever taking them out or going in a restaurant with them or getting in an argument with another kid and pulling them on them. But just not like, I guess that never happened, but it just wasn't something I was ever exposed to.
You're absolutely right, Teresa. I agree with that 100%. I never allowed my kids to take a long gun into a school or into Walmart or Kmart or any of them places, but I do carry a handgun when I'm in the store, but it's open enough to where people can see I do have one. So I'm able to hopefully protect if somebody's trying to rob a store or something like that here. If I was a robber, I would think twice here in Wyoming before I openly tried to steal from somebody.
Well, and the problem I think you run into, unfortunately, is that the states where this is commonplace, where people have no issues, where people are walking around with guns just on display, are some of the least populated states. You don't see that obviously in New York or California as much, or any place like Illinois, or I think that the problem is that people that are from those states see this and think, what kind of crazy person wants to bring a gun around where you're going to eat?
Well, I tell you who's doing that crazy shit is Joe Edmonds. My ex Lucretia said that Joe Edmonds has been going around Beaver, Oklahoma, wearing a goddamn 6-shooter around her fucking waist, like the old Cowboys days. So she's walking around all over the fucking place over there in Beaver with a fucking gun.
That's actually kind of cool.
Should be able to go anywhere with a gun. You're right.
But that crazy little old woman, old Granny, from Beverly Hillbillies, she's crazy enough that she'll shoot a motherfucker. I remember Teresa when fucking Eric Brand and Patrick and Tim Harper went to her fucking house, and Eric was sitting out there fucking dancing in her front yard. This crazy little old lady wanted to go out there and shoot him. We're like, no, you can't do that shit.
I don't know if I remember her wanting to go shoot him.
Yeah, she was.
Maybe that was me wanting maybe that was me wanting her to go shoot him.
Well, it could have been, but that crazy little woman had loaded up her fucking guns, and it was going to be the Battle of the fucking Alamo again at her fucking house. I say there should be a law from little old ladies like Joe Edmonds from carrying fucking guns, especially, you know, if it's that time of the month.
And little former wrestlers.
Well, she doesn't have that time of the month anymore, does she? I mean, I'm sure she's past menopause by now.
Joe's in Buffalo, Beaver.
Yeah, Buffalo. I'm sorry.
But Joe's a scrapper. She's awesome. I think she's one of the best ones there.
Yeah, she's a little scrapper. I like the little old bitch. Kind of like Teresa.
Well, the big thing, I think, with these movements, I loosely call it a movement, but the group of people that either do the first or second amendment audits, it seems like the fringe is taking over the talking points, which I think that if you're truly wanting to see change within your community, I would stay away from these folks who are on that fringe level.
Well, Archer,
the one
Archer.
thing I've been disheartened with in this community is all of the cussing and screaming that goes on. You know, if I want to teach somebody about handguns, or if I want to teach somebody about a camera, you know, I don't have to call them a motherfucker and scream at them nonstop to be an ass of myself. You know, it's probably not the right place for me to do this in El Jefe's channel, but, you know, I have a problem with that guy Defend. He uses that dog as a weapon, and it pisses me off every time I see him use that dog as a weapon instead of using it as a teaching tool. You know, if you want people not to be scared of a camera or not be scared of a handgun, then in my opinion, you take the time and you try to explain to people. I watched that guy, some guy in California the other day, I watched him start doing that Shala Mahala stuff, trying to be all secretive. Instead, explain to the people what you're doing. You know, how hard is that to say, hey, you know, all I'm doing is trying to show my First Amendment and my Fourth Amendment. You know, I'm taking pictures. And I think people would be easier. People would understand the change that we're trying to do here.
But Rat, everybody knows Defense is a fucking con artist. That dog is not a service dog. It's just a regular dog that he's had so much time to train.
I agree 100% on that, Rick. And it pisses me off that people call it a service dog when it truly isn't. But
I think Teresa, was it you or was it? I'm sorry. Somebody exposed his ass that he was lying. I don't know if it was you, Teresa. It was somebody in Discord.
Not me. Not me.
I exposed him. I saw a post that he had put up when he was in California, when he was going wacko in his van there, when Catilla broke up with him. And he was talking about a service dog and how he had found that vest at a flea market for $3, and that he had put that on, and that changed the way that he.
Don't be talking about my woman, all right? Ever.
Yeah, I got you there, brother.
No, the truth of the matter on that, they were never together. What happened was, and Catilla said it. Hey, look, we met, we hung out for a couple of hours. That was it. I kind of believe her on that.
She's lying.
You shut the hell up. You don't talk about my future ex-wife like that ever again.
When are you going to get your boy in order, man? He's really fucking up in
You
Oklahoma.
shut the fuck up, Mr. Uppity in your goddamn gated community.
So, I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on how these auditors and stuff scream at the police and they scream at the public, and then they don't understand why they get attacked? You know, I guess I'm just curious. I don't go to that Discord you guys talk about.
No, Hefe, that would be your line of expertise, sir.
To me, it doesn't matter what they do. It's their own thing, but I'm not going to do that kind of thing. I mean, they'll have to pay the consequences eventually.
Yeah, I've had a lot of respect for you, El Jefe. I mean, I've even donated to you before because I believe in what you do, and I like how you do it. Same with Chuck Bronson. I don't know if you guys watch him or not.
Yep.
But he's a good cop watcher, and he does it without cussing and screaming, and they do it in a way that they teach people, you know, and that's what I respect about El Jefe. You know, this is a learning curve for America to understand that because you have a camera, you're not a criminal, you know, and it's not against the law to take pictures. But I think what bothers me personally right now is how people yell at everybody, and then they don't understand how come people become disheartened with this. And if I ask the question in let's say I'm in Eric Brandt's stream and I don't agree with him advocating to kill police officers. If I ask that question, I get banned or I get mocked and I get called a troll because I'm asking a question. I don't care what Eric does. I mean, he's an adult. If he wants to do this and go to prison, more power to the man. I personally would just like to know the answer to my question. Why would you do that? You know, what is he going to gain by advocating to kill police officers? You know, when they had the shooting in California the other day at the school, how many of those people, the officers and the first responders that showed up, wouldn't have shown up if we had a situation of Eric's understanding? You know, if you show up to the school, we're going to try to kill all the police officers. That makes no sense.
Well, you know, the funny thing is that you say that I don't think most trolls start out as trolls. I think that they try to talk to these people, ask questions, try to see where they're at, and maybe even give some advice. But exactly what you're saying, you get called a troll, you get banned, you get timed out, and then eventually you just become a troll. And that's why most trolls become trolls. It's
I think that's
they're
why
out there to hurt anybody.
You know, I don't want to be a troll, but I'm at that point where I'm frustrated because you can't ask questions. And this StreamYard thing I think is pretty cool because we can have these open conversations without a bunch of profanity. You know, I don't know. It's frustrating. Now, I respect a lot of people on YouTube, but you know, this is just starting to get out of hand, I think. And then with Ben wanting to quit yesterday, I mean, I could see why he's wanting to quit. It's starting to get disheartening.
No, Ben's quitting for other reasons.
Yeah, and I don't follow Ben that often. I just saw his stream last night. You know, I spend my time following Rick Crude, Chip Folan, A Balance, El Jefe, Charles Bronson. You know, I'm getting sick of all of the fighting that goes on. You know, it just doesn't seem to end.
And that's normal. I like El Jefe. I've said it 150 fucking times. I like fucking with him. But I think Jeff is starting to go the other way. Jeff was doing real good, but I think now he's starting to kind of go the other way to try to get views. I hope he's not, but Jeff was doing it pretty good, like El Jefe. I'll tell you, other cop watchers that don't sit there and cuss cops is, of course, Gatilla, Laura Shark, and what the hell's her sidekick, the dude? The one she's always cop watching with.
Gatilla?
CCW?
No, fuck no, that dude's nutty.
Okay.
Laura Shark.
Tom Zebra.
Tom Zebra. That's another one. I've never heard any of them. El Jefe or Lars Shark, Attila or Tom Zebra. Oh, there's another one. Oh, God damn it. That's ever cussed out cops or done anything stupid. Spitting Cobra, man. He's like really pushing it, man.
See, David Bourne, in my opinion, is a good cop watcher.
Yeah, David Bourne. David Bourne's another one. What's his name? The one in Phoenix I like messing with. They're pretty cool. Him and the son.
Tuck.
But they got an issue with the security at that club. Oh, MC Joker. MC Joker's another one. I don't think I've ever heard them cuss at cops.
I agree.
They were agitating the security, but straight out cuss out cops or security, I think I haven't heard them.
I mean, I will cuss out cops if I have to, but it's not what I'm going to do first.
No, and I think that's where, you know, the learning curve comes for people is not cussing and trying to explain, you know, what we're doing and why we're doing it. you know, but to sit there and call every cop terrible and threaten to kill them and tell them they should be killed, you know. And I watched that video that A Balance put up the other day where Defend was pointing his finger at that police sergeant and going,
Oh, bang, bang.
bang, bang. If he would have done that here in Wyoming, he would be sitting in jail. You know, I don't
Or
know.
here in Texas
In Denver,
or Louisiana.
yep, that was a threat. And I mean, straight up. And I don't care, you know, if you like Defend or don't like Defend, but that was a threat. And for Janet to jump in there and cuss and say you're going to put him in jail for a finger, it's not the finger. It was the position of the finger and the sound behind that finger. That was a threat. If you did that to me, I'm going to pull out the handgun I carry on me, and we're going to have a discussion about it, because that is a threat. I'm sorry, you know.
See, let me give you an insight about Louisiana. I don't know if you understand, a law has just been passed here where stuff like that makes it a hate crime towards police officers, and you can get some serious jail time for it now.
Oh, yeah. I told you, Shadow, that shit was coming. If y'all remember, and y'all, you know, like my cousin Merv says, I throw a bunch of shit in the fucking wall, see what sticks. I called this shit, months ago? I said, watch, shit's going to change. These motherfuckers are going to fuck up so bad that laws are going to be fucking changed. Sure enough, little by little, they're changing, and it's not for the best, because we're losing fucking rights because of these. I'm sorry, El Jefe, because of your people, these idiots, we're losing rights.
I agree with you, Rick. And I remember when you did say that the change was coming, and it's coming. You know, it passed here in Wyoming. It's domestic terrorism if you threaten to kill a police officer.
And I said that, Teresa, months ago, right? I could be, the government is going to deem these guys domestic terrorists. That's what the FBI started calling them, over a year, 2-3 years ago. And I've been using that ever since. And they're going to fucking classify these idiots as fucking homegrown domestic terrorism. I mean, let's not forget, okay? And the reason why, and some of these people aren't aware of these idiots' background, or the Leon Valley incident where they posted up the chief's address, threatened to kill him. FBI got involved, started investigating all these idiots that were sitting there making threats. And I guarantee you, FBI can fucking track your IP address. All right. You can be, I could be. And if you say the wrong thing, they're going to find out who you are real fucking easy. They got all those programs to do it. So they went to Oklahoma. Okay. And it was one of the Tim Harper's buddies, or fucking even Andrew Blaine. Teresa, correct me if I'm wrong. They go to talk to this guy. Fucking dude gets into a shootout with the FBI. Well, the FBI shot his ass. They didn't kill him, but they shot his ass. And he's doing some fucking serious time in prison now, in federal prison. But the thing is, these idiots put it under the fucking rug to hide that fact. See, they don't want the general public knowing what fucking happened, because then, you know, dude, how crazy are some of these motherfucking supporters y'all auditors and cop watchers have? Look at that crazy motherfucker that walked up to Lou Stefano's house and knocked on the door. Just out of the fucking blue. Look at that crazy bitch, what was her name? Teresa and Kevin coming up to my house taking pictures and then taking me out to eat barbecue.
Well, I think that what the auditors and cop watchers have to maybe try to do to maybe get, because here's just the bottom line. If you don't
Teresa's not here, shit.
If you don't have the rest of the public, the rest of the citizens on your side, your supposed movement is going to go nowhere. And so when you do these videos, you should behave in a manner where it's your average person who doesn't know anything about this supposed movement. And when this person sees you berating other people, whether the police officers or the other citizens, they're not going to have a good image of you or what you believe in. And so everything that they see now is going to be against you. So this idea that, oh, it's okay to just cuss at people, regardless of who they are, even if it is a cop, it's not, because you're not going to win the hearts and minds of the people that you need in order to make real change. People think you're crazy and you're dangerous. And that's just the bottom line. Whether you like police or not, that is the fact.
New York just passed a law saying you can't annoy a cop now.
Yeah.
Right. I
So-
mean, see how crappy that is. I mean, and that's what's going to continue to happen if auditors get this attitude of like, well, I'll just cuss at anybody I want to. Okay, go ahead, but your supposed movement's going to go as far as that, and you're never going to get anything done, and people are going to make fun of you and look at you as you're just kind of just an ass, you know.
I mean, you got supporters like, say, like the Betsy Peelers and the the Gentees and the oh God, what's that guy? Nightshade, whatever. Okay, you know, those are supporters. Those are people that you know we know of. What about the ones that we don't know of how fucked up in the head they could be? I mean, let's look at Ian McGuire, and what was the other guy that was fucking nuttier than fucking shit, dude?
Mexican Bedelia was up there with the nut, in my opinion. The way that he would handle himself in front of police officers so violently and venomously, you know, he's lucky he didn't go to prison.
But Padilla was in jail for something else. That's why it took so long. Okay, part of it was a shit at Leon Valley. The other part, he's a known fucking copper thief. He was trying to steal copper from that fucking transformer, which is a felony. See, y'all need to go read the goddamn story of when he got arrested and how all this shit started. He was at a place. He had backed up the truck. He had a homemade rig device where they yanked the fucking shit out of the transformer to take the copper. It's the copper thieves use that rig. Okay, Padilla had one in the back of his fucking truck, right at 3 o'clock in the morning, claiming he was going to the fucking dentist, and that he had just stopped there to take a piss. That's what started it all. Okay, and then the bullshit that he did at Leon Valley added even more. You know, Tucson Sucks Police kept saying, oh, well, you know, Texas turned her back on them and all this shit. No, you can ask Teresa. They didn't turn their back until fucking Padilla turned his back on everybody from Texas. And that included the people that supported him, that went out there to support him at Leon Valley. Because what fucking Padilla did was he turned his back on the people that were helping him to go with goddamn that piece of fucking shit, what's his name, Felipe Hemi, who in turn fucked him in the end anyway. That's what the whole deal is about. See, that's what these motherfuckers aren't telling you, the whole goddamn story.
Yeah, I didn't know about the copper stealing.
Yeah, dude, go read up the article when he got arrested, when he's talking to the news, and then go read up the article of why he was arrested. He had a homemade device to steal fucking copper. That's what Padilla used to do, was steal fucking copper.
Hey, and Archer, I just want to let you know what you said here a few minutes ago. I totally agree with. You know, if I'm a normal person, you know, just looking at this movement and I see all the cussing and swearing, I'm definitely going to think there's something wrong. You know,
but we're not normal. We're not. None of us are normal. Nobody on this panel is normal. Nobody that's involved in this movement, whether you're with it or against it, is normal. We're all fucking nutty in one way or another.
I agree, 100%, Rick.
I mean, El Jefe, I'm pretty sure, bro, you could be doing other shit with your time constructive. I mean, so could, oh, fuck, who's in here that's an auditor? Fuck, or fucking Shadow or Archer. I mean, me. We could be doing other shit with our time. Instead, fuck, 80% of our time is on this goddamn YouTube shit, seeing what somebody else is doing. We're sitting there watching, and that's another thing. A lot of these supporters aren't really actually supporters. We're sitting there watching, sitting there taking bets to see if Eric Bratt's going to go to jail today or Liberty's going to go to jail today. And when we watch them confronting them cops, we're like, yeah, come on. We're rooting for the fucking cops. Even though we say, some of them say we hate the fucking cops, we're rooting for the cops to tase this motherfucker because it'll be funny.
I don't mean to be rude, but I would pay to see Defend get tased. Just saying.
I would too. I think 99% of everybody in this fucking on this whole fucking thing, whether they're supporters, whether they're cop watchers, whether they're auditors. I think everybody. I mean, from fucking Coachella Valley to goddamn Teresa Richards to fucking Archer to fucking God rest his soul, fucking Leonard. We're all waiting to see the Finn get tased. I think that is what we're all waiting for. Then we can fucking die and leave this shit.
I'd like to see Donkey get tased in the tank, but that's just me.
I want to see that goddamn. I want to see that ghetto motherfucker Joe Cool get tased in the nuts.
That would be awesome. Joe
That
Cool.
would be fucking cool. Or even yet, I hate to say it, I wouldn't mind seeing my boy get tased.
I was going to say that's who I want to see get tased.
That would be.
I think between the Finn and fucking Patrick, I think that's what everybody. Once that shit happens, watch this shit will die down and everybody.
Could that happen in one video? I want to see that in one video.
I would donate to both channels, Finn and Patrick, if they each would show themselves getting tased.
I'd let a cop take review.
You know who the third person is on that list? Would be SGV. I just remembered that.
That would be priceless, Rick. That would be priceless.
Or CCW. I think those four and then we're done. This shit dies.
Hey, that's a question I have for El Jefe or anybody else on here that's an auditor. When you see a guy like CCW out there, blatantly lying, I mean, absolute lies. So, when he said he had a yacht, this just ginormous yacht, he talks about this ranch that he has, but yet he lives in this shack that he rents, wherever that is at. Do you guys ever get with him and say, hey, man, I mean, not for nothing, but what's with the lying?
No.
Hey, you know what, Archer? That's a good question, bro, because I was just thinking about that the other day.
People are going to lie like that and say their life is all peachy when it's freaking a bunch of raisins. I'm just going to not watch them.
Have y'all noticed, guys, that on CCW, when he was at his so-called horse ranch, he was just in one little area. He didn't actually walk the property or anything. He was just in one. And the boat that he supposedly owns, if you look at it's not the same boat that he had the time before. If he had all this shit, all this money, all these things, why is he renting a fucking house? Why isn't he owning a house? Well, he claims all his shit in storage. And, why would he be living in the place that he lives? I mean, San Diego, I live in Chula Vista, which is nice. Why? I mean, I'm sure he can afford a house in Chula Vista or Imperial Valley or, Imperial Beach or, anywhere out there, man. If I could afford a fucking house in Chula Vista, this motherfucker could too. If I could afford a house in fucking Fallbrook, California, I doubt. If he's as rich as he says he is, he should have had a house in Fallbrook or even my house in Tulare. If he had all this shit, then, why not? I mean, when I lived in San Diego, every now and then we would charter boats because that's what they do. They charter a lot of fishing boats. I think we paid $150 or maybe a little bit more for about 7 hours. And, you go out there and fish and shit. But, why doesn't he have all this shit that he claims? Why did he says he has all this shit and yet he's renting a fucking little room in a fucked up neighborhood. I know the neighborhood he stays at. It's not all that. It's kind of, I wouldn't say ghetto. I don't know what the other word is, but there's a lot of gangs over there. The Otay gang is real big where he's at. All that money he supposedly has, how come he ain't fixed that Mercedes that's broken down in the yard and in the van? That it makes no sense. His lies make no fucking sense.
What do we know about Josh Abrams?
We know that he has lied about his past. He when he first came out, he said that he has no criminal record. We'll come to find out he does have a criminal record, and now he's Oh boy, he's got some serious stuff going on now. The ex-girlfriend has claimed that he tried to rape her. There's just a lot of stuff going on with the guy.
Yeah, as soon as
I just hear so much about it, but don't hear anything real about it.
Speaking of that, Briscoe brought out Celia, whatever his name is, auditing America's criminal record. They finally got this motherfucker is a rapist. He raped the first wife, beat her up, and then he raped the second wife or girlfriend and beat her up too. I mean, and that's his fucking pattern. And Briscoe brought that shit up. Josh Russell, sorry, my teeth. He posted up a video and he's fucked up like a motherfucker. He's all
I got a copyright strike from that fucker.
Hey, El Jefe, I'm going to step off of your feed for a little bit so someone else can jump in here if they'd like.
All right, man.
Much respect, brother.
Thanks, man.
You guys
all right,
too.
Rat.
Thanks, guys.
See you, Rat.
Yeah, the one thing that was funny about CCW is about a year ago, he had a video of him on an actual yacht, like a $2 million yacht. It was an amazing yacht, and he was claiming it was his. The bad thing that he did was he showed the name of the boat. He didn't show the name of the boat he was on, but the boat that was next to it. And literally, it took me about 5 minutes to find out the exact boat he was on and the actual owners of it. And so I commented on it that he wasn't the owner, and I gave the owners' names. And he took that video down, but his response was, well, I was just kidding. I want to see who was able to figure out my lie.
Who did that, Archer?
That was CCW.
Oh, that's another thing, bro. I've been trying to look for it, and I cannot find it. Maybe you can, but CCW is not a ship captain. He is not registered with the was a Coast Guard as a ship captain, because you have to have a license to operate or what do you call it, a ship or a vessel as they call it, and he has no captain's license.
What's up, Sasquatch?
Good day.
So I don't know, Archer, if you looked into that, because I kind of questioned him about that, and he ignored the fuck out of me. Actually blocked me, I think.
Yeah, at this point, everything that he says, I take with a grain of salt, as if he's lying to me. So, and that's the thing with a lot of these auditors, and I should say a lot. Some auditors like to lie, and I don't understand why the purpose of that is.
Just to make himself look better, I guess. I mean, I don't lie.
Well, I try not to lie, but I'm a Texan, so I'll bullshit. Just like Mystery 13, she lied to me, telling me she was a virgin and that I was the only motherfucker that was in her life. She lied, so I had to dump her ass.
Speaking of that, you better get your girl under control there, Rick. She's going through the fucking auditing community quicker than fucking Granite State did.
Who?
Catilla.
You leave my woman alone. I mean, come on, man. We're all adults. Who gives a fuck who she's been with or how many people or, dude, God bless them. Whatever that girl is or is done, it's not who she is. You got to look at the other half that she was fucking around with too. I've said it. I'm not proud of my past. I was with a lot of women, and it doesn't make me a man. It doesn't make me proud of the fact that I was. So you can't blame a woman you can't blame the girl because she's out there looking for the same shit the guy is. And if you're out there looking for the shit and the girl gives it up, well, God bless you. God bless the girl for giving it up.
Yeah, but God punished you. He gave you Patrick.
Oh, God punished me a lot,
Damn.
So you got to be a man. You got to be a real motherfucker in order to see bypass that stupid shit, because I guarantee you most of these motherfuckers will probably throw it in her face, whether she has a past or not. We don't know. You know, I like the girl. She has a good head on her shoulders. She has a good sense of humor. Whatever she is or whatever she was, you know, you can't blame her because, you know, a motherfucker made her that way. You know, you got to blame someone like me to make a girl that makes a girl like that. You know, like I said, you got to be a strong motherfucker and a real motherfucker to oversee that shit, because if you get someone like with her and she does give you her heart or her ass or whatever, you know, she's giving it to you for a reason. All right, whether you got game or whether she fucking likes you. You got to oversee that shit. I guarantee you most of these motherfuckers probably throw it in her face about her fucking past when they shouldn't have. Motherfucker, you're just like the motherfucker before her. You can't sit there and judge a woman because she slept with so-and-so and Joe Cool and Joe Blow and Joe Mama, you know, because you was Joe Blow and Joe Cool and Joe Mama at one time too, motherfucker.
Everybody's got a past, man.
Everybody's got a past.
I could be wants to talk about Ben again.
I'll get off.
No, he's not on here. He just wants to talk about it in chat.
He'll come in.
I could be coming in.
You want to come in, bro?
I'll get off.
I'll get off. No. I'll get off because I'm waiting for something in the mail, and I've been looking. That's why I'm leaving. I'll leave and I'll come back.
But you're so entertaining, Rick. We can't have you leave. I'm just a bump on a log here.
Hey, let me tell you something, motherfucker, that sit there in the chat that I can't have her. Motherfucker, I already got her. We went down memory lane on exchanging music videos the other day all night long. And I reminded her when she was 14 and still a virgin and she wanted to be with Rick Crude. I love that woman.
All right.
And then motherfuckers posting up pictures of her without makeup. Well, fuck that. That's why you turn off the light or you fucking paper bag it.
I'm out of here. See you guys.
See you this much.
Ain't that right, Teresa? Teresa. Teresa, when you was banging Earl at San Leon, not San Leon, fucking Leon Valley, didn't you put a paper bag over his head? Call him Antonio Banderas?
Her mic's muted. I don't know if she walked away or not.
No, she's listening. She's always listening. I'll tell you one thing, boys and girls. I'll tell you one freaky little fucking woman out there that'll probably rock y'all's fucking world would probably be Joe Edmonds.
Now stop it, Rick. Why are you picking on her?
I don't know if she hates me or she likes me.
Well, she probably hates you because you made Patrick.
Yeah, well, then she's probably got a goddamn good reason. Hey, fucker, did you get rain the other day?
Of course.
Was it bad?
Nah, about an inch.
Teresa said her mic's not working. I told her to go back out and come back in.
Did you, what about this goddamn little cold front we had?
I got friggin' fireplaces, so it doesn't bother me.
That's unheard of. Fireplaces in fucking Louisiana. You piece of shit yuppie.
Hey, don't be jealous that I don't.
Why are you stuttering for, motherfucker? Why are you stuttering, huh? Did I hit a nerve? Huh? You don't know real goddamn. You know, no real Southern boy from East Texas or Louisiana has a goddamn fireplace unless they're a yuppie.
Gizmo, cut the crap.
Sitting there owning that goddamn David Weekly home you got there, Shadow.
You just jealous.
I can't afford it.
Well, you could have if you would have saved your money instead of spending it on drugs and hookers.
Oh, fuck you. I told you that goddamn story. You know what, boys and girls? I used to be a millionaire. I was actually a real live millionaire. I lost everything during the stock market crash, and there was nothing I could do about it. I became poor overnight. That's why I sold all the property. I came back home to Texas. Thank God my parents left me this fucking house. I used up a lot of money to try to remodel it. I did. And then fucking, what was it? Harvey was one. What was the other one? Katrina was another. And it just kept falling apart. And then by that time, I was just doing security and I couldn't afford it, man. I just let shit go. So it's basically my fault. And I'm still waiting for that Home Depot card, you son of a bitch, lying motherfucker.
It wasn't Katrina, it was Rita.
Rita. There, yeah, thank you, brother. Rita, Katrina, not Katrina, Harvey. But what was the other two goddamn big floods we had? Ah, shit. Both of them hit on Labor Day, one year after another.
I'll tell you what, the biggest flood was for us was back in 2000 with Tropical Storm Allison.
Allison hit us too.
Yeah, Allison hit the whole Gulf Coast.
Yeah. Hey, you did you see that shit on the Cajun Navy changing their name? And I know a bunch of them guys. That there's people using the Cajun Navy's name and they're not even affiliated and they're taking money or stealing money, so they decided to change the name.
Yeah, that's been going on for a couple of years now.
Yeah, it has. I remember when they first came out, when we had that first, was it Katrina or? Yeah, it was Katrina when they first came out. And then after that, it was here in Texas that they came the second time. And then ever since then, they've been going, I think they went to South Carolina or somewhere up north.
Yeah. I think it was South Carolina.
Somewhere. I see that little sumbitch Jason there. Oh, there he goes. He's drinking his goddamn, what the fuck y'all drink up there in fucking Canada?
That fucking Canadian Coors Light shit.
No, y'all motherfuckers drink, what is it that they drink up there?
Canadian?
Pilsen.
Moosehead.
Yes.
You want some Pilsen, eh?
Is my mic working now?
Yep.
Yep.
It is.
Metalhead.
Did you fix that facial board yet, Rick?
Did I fix what?
Jump in, carbon fiber head.
That facial board that's all rotted on your house.
I'm still waiting for your goddamn Home Depot card.
I'm still waiting for your address.
I think I fixed it. It was the, I have bought, my daughter had bought me some cool ass deep clamps, dude. What the fuck are they? The blue and yellow clamps.
Somebody's out.
Oh.
Irwin. She got me some Irwin C clamps. She got me a bunch of different little sizes. When I went to go look at that facial board in the front, it had fallen from the 2x4 because the 2x4 had rotted. What do you call it? The stud or whatever. So I pancaked two of them, you know, and I re-nailed the facial board to it, but I had to use the C clamp to lift it up on, you know, the roof and the shit to pick it up. I think I did a half-ass job on it. But getting that goddamn binds that y'all had showed me, that was a motherfucker, dude. Those motherfuckers were literally they had little sucker things on it, and they were on the fucking wood. So I had to sit there and pull that shit off, and some of it had got underneath the siding and was growing underneath the siding and growing up to the top. So I got as much of it as I could, and I had sprayed fucking what's that goddamn shit called?
Joe
what?
Joe Max?
No, what's the other one? The weed killer?
You've been drinking.
No. Roundup, thank you. And it didn't work. So I Googled the shit. It's some kind of invasive plant from Central America that we're having a problem out here, especially in East Houston, that it's growing, and it only grows on one side of the fucking wall, where it just kills everything. It's some kind of vine. It'll wrap into other vegetation and trees and shit, and it'll kill off the fucking trees and shit. So I've been having a fucking problem with that. Well, come to find out, you got to fucking dig out the roots, and the roots look like little fucking balls. So I did that shit, and it says you got to go back in a couple weeks after you do that to see if any of it is growing back, and you got to fucking dig up the roots. So I did that on the side of the house where y'all were looking at, and then I've been trying to do it over here where my orange trees are, because I got 2 orange trees in the backyard. And it's a motherfucker, because sometimes you got to dig 1 foot to 2 foot deep to get those goddamn roots out.
Yeah, we got a problem with bamboo.
Sounds like a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah,
Chocolate line.
yeah, it is. Bamboo, Louisiana is having a lot of issues with bamboo.
There was a big lawsuit recently with Roundup, wasn't there?
I think ignorant pub is fucking Lou Stefano running his fucking mouth.
Jen T says English ivy, Rick.
No, it's something else from Central America or South America. Look it up. Invasive plants. Oh shit! Texas Park and Wildlife had it. God damn it! I can't remember. It's some kind of weird fucking name. But yeah, that's the problem we're having out here. And not only me. Y'all think my fucking shit was bad. Y'all should see my neighbor's house. The whole fucking side of the house is just covered. And he's elderly, so he can't do much of shit either. It's just like those goddamn grass carps. Grass carps is another invasive species that's tearing up Texas and Louisiana. Back in the day, I didn't do it, but Japanese businessmen were paying guys with boats to take them out on the bayous here in Houston and in Louisiana, $3,000. Just to go out and fish for fucking grass carp, which to us, you're supposed to kill those motherfuckers and get them out of the bayous and the spillways and the waterways, because they're just tearing up everything. And these motherfuckers, to them, it's a delicacy. That's what I was going to tell you, Teresa. You should tell Ross to start doing that shit.
Fish.
Yeah, the scrap business is going down. You know, the prices are just fucked.
I've never had to scrap.
I didn't. I used to make fun of one of my brothers that used to do it. And when the shit hit the fucking fan, Rick Cruz out there picking up cans and picking up scrap.
I know a lot of people do it though. It's and you can find a lot of shit.
You can make money, but it's fucking hard work. I mean, real hard work. It's just a lot of work.
Right.
You can't drive to do it because you lose all your money on gas.
Yeah. Well, I don't drive anyway anymore.
My husband gets lots of scrap metal or copper from the job site. You know, he's in construction, so that gets left around a lot. So he doesn't mess with the rest of it.
I get lots of scrap metal too because I work at a sheet metal shop. Boss says, "Take it, okay." Using your truck too.
Well, I don't know about you, Teresa, but I went and sold copper. I don't know about. Maybe it was last month. Fucking prices, dude. It went down to $1.80 a pound for copper. When I remember when prices were like, Jesus Christ, $3.90 to $4.15 a fucking pound. Then it dropped down to like maybe $2.50, $2.60, and you could still make a little good money on a fucking AC if you know how to tear it up. You can make a good $50-$60 on just scrapping the AC for copper. But now, dude, with the prices the way they are, dude, you make more money fucking selling aluminum cans than you would copper. I sold 3 bags of aluminum.
Absolutely. It's the same here in Canada.
Yeah, I made $15 on 3 bags of fucking cans that, before you would have probably just got about maybe $5-$6 for.
I bring in about 200 pounds of stainless steel once or twice a month, and it's around $60 or $70.
When it used to be almost, I think stainless used to be almost $150, $160 for that much.
Yep. It was about 5 to 10 years ago. We were getting real good money. That's why the boss doesn't care now. He's like, yeah, if you're going to take it on your own time, take it. Okay.
Yeah, and steel is not even worth your time. I think steel was like, oh shit, man. Steel was like, what was it, 20 cents, 30 cents a fucking pound? Fuck, dude, that's not worth it.
Same here. So the one for the steel now, we get a bin outside. I don't know if it'll focus. The steel one down there, we don't bother with it. They pick it up, they drop it. It's theirs. It ain't worth bringing anymore.
Yeah, because that little steel out there, you're probably only going to get about $20-$30 for it.
Yep, and a couple tons in it. It ain't worth F all. It's all dirty, rusty steel anyway.
Roth said he brought some copper yesterday, and it was $2.10 for number 1 copper.
Yeah, but that's number
Depends
one.
on the grade, yeah.
Number one used to be almost $2.90. And that was what, last month or the month before last, where copper number 1 was $2.90. Number two's always been a little bit, about maybe $1 less than number 1.
And for us to buy it too, like sometimes I make nice roof things at a copper, 3x8 sheet at 16-ounce copper. We're paying about $400 to $500 for one sheet. You sell it in scrap, you get fuck all for that brand new sheet that you just paid that for. You might get $40.
All right, I'm gonna let somebody take a time. I'll be back in a little bit.
All right, catch you in a bit, Rick.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to have much longer anyway.
Yeah, my kitties will be home any minute now.
Yeah, my girl had to go check on some of her kids at work, so she should be home soon.
What's the going rate for 2-liter soda bottles?
5 cents.
5 cents. Everything's 5 cents down here, except for bottles, beer bottles, are 10 cents.
Tennessee, don't take cans back.
No.
No. Yes, Spirit, I'm going to be good. I'm staying home with my girl, cooking dinner, and probably watching a movie. Are you the one that
Got some new guitar strings.
Sweet.
That's expensive metal for how little it weighs.
Oh, yeah.
$30 fucking dollars.
Music today?
Was that?
You going to play some music today?
Oh, I might. My cousin's going to come over after. He loves putting the strings on, so we'll let him do her. Hey, Road Dog.
Just me and Jason. How you doing, Road?
Your crazy panel to... Hey, what's up?
I think that's why I said fuck. He was wondering why I had all these.
Rick's pretty cool.
Like, I don't care if people come in and talk, as long as they're not.
Yep.
You know.
And everyone should know Rick by now anyway. I like Rick. I like him. I love his videos.
People in Discord, I mean, they're fine too. If you sit down and have a conversation with them, they're smart people. I mean, they're not just trolls.
Yeah, I had Discord once, and it's all like, I forget now. I only opened it a couple times. Somebody said install it, blah, blah, blah. It's just a talking panel, typing, right?
Yeah, and there's a voice room. You can all get on your microphone and talk into a voice chat.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's some pretty awesome people over there, man. I get along with everybody. I take a lot of shit from auditing because I don't dislike other people, you know?
Okay.
It's all good.
I just waste my time doing what I do.
All right.
Nothing better to do. Not like I'm going to go outside. We got like 80-kilometer-an-hour winds right now. It's freezing as fuck. And
Jeez.
Saturday, and live in a small town. Nothing else to do.
That's got to suck.
Not really.
I live in a city.
I left the city where there was too much to do because there was too much to do.
I live in a city with 800,000 people, man. There's stuff to do everywhere.
Yeah, I'm from Toronto, so there was a lot more than that in Toronto. There was,
Right.
I believe, a couple million at the time when I lived there. I don't know what it is now. Metalhead, you could have jumped on any time. Don't give me that bull crap. You've been here for the last hour.
Yeah, you can jump on, man. I'm going to
Come say hi.
Probably 15 more minutes. Yeah, well, Discord's not for everything. I just go into see what they're talking about. I usually don't even say anything most of the times. Kind of like lurking.
Lurking.
Yep.
Oh, I've been doing research on a certain camera all day. I'm getting interested in a bit of photography, and so it is a nice island I live on.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Nikon, the P1000. It looks like a nice camera.
Cool.
It's, what is it, $1,299?
Yes.
Considering it.
A decent camera is pretty expensive.
Wow. You can take pretty clear shots of the moon with it, too.
Yeah.
I think it's got one of the best zooms, or it does have the best zoom of any camera without having to put lenses on. It's pretty heavy, though. I think it weighs almost 4 pounds.
How big is it?
Well, it's your average camera, you know, be
So
hard
yeah,
to,
it'd
hard
be
to
really
explain.
heavy. It'd be really heavy for the size.
But the zoom on it, like it when it's fully extended, it's probably about 9 or 10 inches, I think. It has a telescopic lens, goes in and out.
Cool.
Look it up. Look it up after the Nikon P1000. Mm-hmm.
They didn't believe me about that law you asked about if you know a cop.
Well,
I looked it up and put it in there.
oh. Vital organ.
Yeah, don't. I have the Note 9. It's really good. The camera's really good on it.
Eric, I heard the same. The 900 function-wise, and for it all depends on what kind of pictures you want to take.
Right.
The 900 is way better. It has a bigger focus point, whereas, of course, the 1000, it can zoom so far that when you're fully zoomed, you got to be damn fucking good and steady to be able to use that kind of zoom. If not, it's got to be on a tripod, period. I was watching a lot of reviews on it from professional photographers that a lot of people say it can't do this, it can't do this. It can, but you have to be a photographer and understand the camera.
Be able to focus into Saturn with that damn thing.
I've seen some pictures that professionals have taken of the moon. You can see every last crater, and it's for the price of that. To do that with a normal camera, you got to put about $6,000 or $7,000 worth of lenses on it.
Yeah, yeah. Some of those pictures are really cool. They had
not a camera you'd get for going out auditing. It's it's for taking pictures.
Right. Imagine getting a close up of the nipple and all the bumps and shit.
I want to grow some boobs.
I got man boobs.
Oh, I hear the kids are home. Heard some car doors slamming.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna do that too. My back hurts.
Yeah, well, I'll jump out. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Thanks for coming.
All right, catch you later.
All right, peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. All your support, all your likes. Maybe I'll do another one later tonight. I'm not sure. But you have fun with those man boobs, Roadhog, today. Thanks for all the super chats and donations, if there's any. But El Jefe out, guys. Stay in your lane.